Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Hump Day!
There's a party going on around town. It's one rowdy cowboy throwdown here in H-Town, where we're stronger than a hurricane. From miles around, the best of the best come here to put their tough to the test. Give it all for gold or go home broke when they open up that gate. Welcome to the show, welcome to the home of the world's biggest rodeo, where the stars light up the night underneath that Texas sky. Welcome to the show, are you ready for a ride? Yeah, you better buckle up and hold on tight, where the Bayou City streets meet the country roads. Welcome to the show. It's a Houston tradition, 4-H, FFA, and Go Texan. And you can bet, son, it's gonna be around a long, long time. When these riders and ropers give it their best, we'll show them how loud the hometown crowd can get. 'Cause tonight, y'all, we all got a little bit of cowboy deep inside. Welcome to the show, welcome to the home of the world's biggest rodeo, where the stars light up the night underneath that Texas sky. Welcome to the show, are you ready for a ride? Yeah, you better buckle up and hold on tight, where the Bayou City streets meet the country roads. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, are you ready for a ride? Yeah, you better buckle up and hold on tight, where the Bayou City streets meet the country roads. Where the Bayou City streets meet these country roads. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Oh, yeah, it's Wednesday night. It's Hump Day. Welcome to the show. This is Tropical Country with B-Dawg and Lou right here on Tiki Man Radio. We're already going to be fun. The drinks are flowing, and it's going to be a great, great show. Of course, we are broadcasting live at Tiki Man Radio, TikiManRadio.com, and on the Tiki Man Radio YouTube channel, courtesy of the GTS Charters live cam. And, of course, I have a full studio of people in here tonight. Of course, we'll start with the love of my life, the queen of the Palm Front Patio, Laura Lou, who's in a different position. She is to my right, Dan, tonight.
That's right. Hi, guys.
So, and of course, the other lady on my opposite, of course, everybody, she needs no introduction, but Miss Kirsty Krause is in the house.
What's up? Good to be here.
And that strapping young man to my immediate, I guess, front would be Mr. Danny Spiro. How you doing?
Howdy, howdy. Thank you for having us.
We are excited to have you guys.
We're excited, too.
Yeah.
Poor guy can't even, he's got the coolest cowboy hat, and we just made him take it off because of the headphones.
I am so sorry.
Don't be.
He's got
My hair is fantastic.
Oh, my gosh. And he's just getting started, ladies and gentlemen.
Mine is not.
I better enjoy it now.
Well,
I do like that hat of yours, though.
Yeah,
I
it's
appreciate
cool.
that.
yeah, maybe you just tilt the headphones back and put the hat on. I don't know.
I wonder.
So a lot of people tried a lot of
Nice
different
shirt,
things.
too. How do I not have that shirt?
Oh, this is that. This is that new merch.
Oh,
Wait,
there
I
you
like
go.
that.
Do you? I got it.
there you go. Now he looks
you
like
go.
he looks like a cowboy.
There we go.
Do you see yourself up there?
So
Oh, yeah, there's what you look like.
pretty nice looking fellow, isn't he?
Yep.
All right. Well, what kind of crowd we got out there tonight? Because I imagine we have a lot of people out there to say hello to.
We do. So the lovely Larice is out there.
Hello, Larice.
Hello to you and Flaz. Teresa Arnold, hello to you.
Hey, Teresa.
And she says hi to Danny and Kirsty.
Hello.
Hey, hey, hey.
Thanks for tuning in.
Teresa is the bass player extraordinaire.
Yes.
For Mr. Tim Campbell.
Yeah.
I love that. Yes, the bass is such a sexy instrument.
It is.
Isn't it cool?
One of these
wish
days
I
I
was
may
a
learn
bass
how to play it.
You
You
what?
played saxophones back in the day, so
And I've always, every time I'm on stage with a band, I look at the bass player every time and I say how jealous I am of them.
Really?
Every time. I tell people I should have been a bass player.
Oh.
It's never too late, you know.
Bass player just always seems like that's just in the groove. Just sitting there, just chilling out in the groove, you know?
And
Yep.
you have to bring like the thump, that big sound.
Yeah.
He just hits one string. And it just shakes the crowd. It's awesome.
Hello to Patty with an I.
Hello, Patty. And, of course, hello to Rick Stick. I think they're out there trucking.
They are. Patty's out trucking with her husband today.
nice.
Maureen, hello to you and thank you.
Hello to Mo and the Mystery Men.
We are headed into the wedding weekend.
I know.
Thank the Lord. It's almost over. I have you don't even understand what our house looks like right now. So
Very flowerful.
it's very flowerful.
I felt like I've been living in a funeral home. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, it was really bad the other day. I had stuff I was sitting on the bedroom floor and just had stuff spread all like the width of the bed and as far as I could reach, just grab piles of flowers. It was so bad. Let me see here. Callie McCool is out there already.
Well, hello to Cal and McCool over on the left coast. And, of course, that is Mr. McCool with Mr. McCool and Student Crew.
That's
So
right.
I think he's been on vacation, too.
I think he said the Gremlins hit their show on Tuesday. Oh. And so they're going to try again.
Them daggone gremlins.
I know. So April 8th, they're going to try
They get everybody eventually.
again. They do, right? They just hang out at our house more often than anywhere
I
else.
think so.
Miss Donna Cummings, hello to you
Well,
and
hello
Bob.
to Donna and hello to the Panther.
And we can't forget Bob. You know, we say hello to the Panther
Bobsled
every
Bob.
day. I know.
Bobsled Bob. He's got his own nickname for daggone it.
Well, I always forget everybody's nicknames.
No.
Or I know their nickname and I don't know their real name. That's how I was with Tinkerbell. When Tinkerbell was saying hi, I'm saying her real name, and she's like, "Hello, this is Tinkerbell."
I love it.
Let me see. JT says hello and cheers.
Hello, JT, out there from the our living room.
That's right. And Rachel says, screw them flowers. I know, right? Rachel feels my pain because I did some flowers for hers too. And we went to 4 different flower shops trying to find flowers. So now she's totally against flowers now. And hello to little Grayson. Baby Grayson is not baby anymore. But
No.
he is out in the living room tonight, so he might make an appearance.
He's like a full-grown toddler, just talking her legs off.
Yeah, yeah.
As soon as I got home, he was shooting me with a bubble gun.
He was. He was. Let me see.
And he says crackers,
Yes.
sausage, and cheese. He says all the words.
All the
He
big
does.
words, yeah.
I can't wait till my niece has more words in her arsenal.
It happens overnight. They go from not talking much to they won't shut up. I said, whenever my kids were little, I used to say that you spend the first 24 months wanting them to walk and talk and do all these things, and then you spend the next 18 years wanting them to sit down and shut up. Hi, Grayson.
There he
Getting to
is.
say hello. Come on in.
Join the party. Everybody wants to
Hey,
see
buddy.
you. Hello to Mr. Alan Krause.
Hello.
Hey, Dad.
No, he's all of a
Thanks for
sudden,
tuning in.
he's bashful
We
now.
see him. You see yourself up there?
Hey, you're on TV.
Yeah.
There's little G. Kirsty, are you from Janesville, Wisconsin?
I am.
Ooh,
There you
Grew
go,
up.
Patty with an I.
somebody just called you out. They're your hometown, I should say.
Yes. I started, moved to Janesville 2 weeks into my life.
Oh.
Oh, so you were born in Florida for a minute.
Just for 2 weeks. And then I had obviously no say, and they were like, well, we're going back to our home state where all the family is to help raise this child.
Ah, there you go.
Yet
And boy,
eventually,
did they need help.
and eventually you found Florida once again.
Yep. It was it's somewhere in the blood.
There
know?
you go.
That's what happens.
Let me see here. Who else? Oh, Patty with an I said they were just in Janesville on the truck.
Oh, nice.
Rick and
Driving
Patty,
through.
yeah.
Yes,
You
yes.
never know where Rick the Stick's going to be, especially when
I know.
Patty was with him.
Right. And that's where Jody is from.
Okay.
Oh, that's why they
Cammy's-
were over there.
Cammy's Grammys.
Cammy's Grammy.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yay.
Let me see. I want to say hello to the lovely Michelle.
Hello, Michelle.
And we have a very special person
Who's watching?
who's watching tonight that received an autographed picture of you, and he just loves you.
He is absolutely
and it
loves
is
you.
the Ambassador Michelle's brother, Kevin. So if you could give Kevin a special shout out.
Oh my gosh, hearing this news just baffles me. Thank you so much for the love, Kevin. Thank you for just supporting and digging the music and just tuning in on anything in general. I just really appreciate your support. So shout out to you, Kevin.
His two favorite treasures in the world are two of the things we gave him: an autographed picture of you, and a Lainey Wilson T-shirt.
Oh, I love that.
That's right.
I got
So-
a bus before I got a house.
There you go.
What dreams make
right
you
there.
do.
So
That was nice.
there you go.
We brought you guys a gift. I don't know if you've had banana moon pies. You probably have, because
It's been like a long time.
Banana is his favorite.
okay, well, great.
And you know how long I've been on a diet? I'm joking. I'm joking.
Well, maybe you can
Just
you know,
smack it
heat them in the microwave, like
Yeah.
for 5 seconds,
Oh.
and just pace yourself.
Absolutely.
It
5
doesn't
minutes.
happen.
5 seconds.
Oh, 5
All you-
seconds.
just
But like
need-
5 minutes, it'd be melted, wouldn't
Because
it?
it's like marshmallow, so it will get way too big if you do the.
I saw somebody tried to put those in
That
an
sounds
air
great.
fryer.
Whoa.
Really? Did they
Yeah.
explode?
No, but well, you know how it is. You don't know what you can believe in these videos, what
yeah.
you see, but it swelled all up. So I don't know.
So I have recently purchased an air fryer.
So
Well, there
I
you
have
go.
a lot of boxes of those moon pies.
yeah.
There's
Well,
your
I
challenge.
could at least test a few.
Yeah.
out.
Well, I got caught in a series, and I have not seen. It was a YouTube series, and I don't know if he ever made his way over to the end of the other social medias or not. But he had a whole segment called "Will It Air Fry?" And
Really?
he would stick anything and everything in an air fryer just to see if it would air fry.
Really?
Oh yeah, yeah.
You
He
could do that on TikTok.
Looks
so-
like I have some
so
discovery.
that was his
There
thing.
you
Will
go.
it air fry?
I'm all for it.
That is fabulous.
So, I mean, he was getting kind of stupid toward the end. Like, he'd be like, "Will an insole? Will it air fry? We'll find out."
Oh, Lord.
He ran out of the normal stuff.
He's evidently he was getting really, really bored, or yeah. And then he got into a little while. He'd be like, "Well, my wife left me home again, alone. So another episode of Will It Air Fry?" He goes, "She really hates this because she really hates the cleanup."
Oh, yeah. There would be no wife cleaning up that
Or
mess.
the smell of a rubber insole.
Oh,
that'd
yeah.
be nice fragrance in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was amazing the endorsements he got.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
He probably had a lot of people watching, too.
Oh, he did.
Oh, I'm definitely going to look it up.
Oh, I
Yeah.
have to now.
So-
because I don't use it enough. So now it gives me idea.
Oh, there you go.
right,
Go,
yeah.
well, go on and look up the sleepy paramedic. If that should explain,
Oh,
that should explain.
It was him?
That was him.
I didn't know he did
He,
that.
he got. I think he got bored with untold stories of EMS.
Yeah.
And-
Well, he got himself in trouble.
And then then it developed to where he was left at home and he started this whole Will It Air Fry series. So
Not
it's out there.
everybody appreciates us in the medical field and our dark humor.
Very dark humor.
And so he made fun of something that nobody else thought was funny except for those of us who were in the medical field. And then, he almost got canceled for a minute. So now he's got to behave.
I love that. That has just become a normal term.
The cancel culture thing.
Yeah.
I know.
It's like when you first saw someone do a selfie in public and you're like, what? This is so weird. And now it's
Oh, yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I know you know about Put in Bay, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Put in Bay, there was a lady. Have you been up there?
No.
Oh my gosh, you should go.
Not yet,
It is
but-
Key West of the North. But anyway, so it
And
is
that is no
fabulous.
joke.
It is fabulous. It's right in the middle of Lake Erie. So anyway, so there was a lady up there going. It's like a 7-mile island, and it's only like 2 miles across, I think. And so this lady was walking. They don't put guardrails on the edge.
Okay.
So this lady was on her phone chit-chatting,
Not paying
FaceTime
attention.
and not paying attention, and just walked right off into Lake Erie.
Wow.
Yeah, it happens a lot up there.
Wow.
So people people like trying to take selfies standing on the rocks by the waves and get knocked
we
off.
literally
and
just
stuff.
saw that in the car on the way here because we were looking up influencers in the wild. Because there's some actually like really funny stuff. It's like the behind the scenes of what they're trying to capture, like the reality of what
Right.
this
Yeah.
guy's trying to look like he's at a pool with all these women when really he's only capturing like that 2-second shot
Right.
when there's a bunch of other people by him.
Right.
You know, like and then we stumbled across a girl over in what country that fell off the cliff.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
it was in China, and
Yeah.
she was on a mountaintop trying to take a selfie, and
She really went for the picture and she fell.
Oh
And
my
I was
gosh.
like, what?
and you just see disappear. Like there's no like, oh okay, we'll see you in a sec. You okay? It was just disappear.
It's
Wow.
wild.
That's crazy, isn't it?
I was like,
Yeah.
everything for that for a
Yeah.
selfie, man.
Yeah, there's some things just ain't worth it, you know?
Just
Remember
take a
back
drink.
when we made fun of it? There was even a song about, let me take a selfie. Remember that
Yes.
one? We,
Take a selfie.
we made fun of it.
Yes.
And now it's a routine
It's a thing.
Yeah.
Well, hello to the Tiki Man.
Hello, boss.
He is out there tonight. And also Stephen McCreary. Hello to you.
Hey,
from
Alabama boy.
Alabama, very much so.
And Rick the Stick says, hey, held up over 4 hours at BJ's Wholesale Club.
Uh-oh. That sound could be dangerous.
BJ's Wholesale is fabulous.
Okay. Never been there, but it sounds
Yeah.
dangerous.
They're
I have
building
heard
one
about
close to here.
Are they? I've heard
Yes.
good things.
Yes, Rachel and JT go there.
Yeah.
Rachel
That means
introduced
I can
me.
Stop
Yeah.
my way to Florida.
Yeah.
I'm just still getting the fact over I discovered Menards, okay? don't pour another store on me.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever been?
Oh yeah. So I'm being from the north. We got a lot of those.
See,
That's like a regular.
over the winter, we went to Menards for the first time.
Yeah.
That's where I got these tables, these awesome tables.
It's yeah. Menards is great.
We were like, oh, there's a Menards. We've heard about those. We've never been in one.
I thought it was like a home interior lighting store.
Yeah.
Then we went in, and I'm like, oh
I
my
thought
god,
it was like a hardware store. I don't know what I was saying. So yeah, we went in, and he's like, well, honey, just remember, just keep it to a limit, okay? And I'm like, okay. We come out like $2,400
You're pointing
later.
at
No,
him,
not
yeah.
really. But it was like $200 something later with tables and chairs and like all these things.
I bought 3 of these tables, and I just an industrial bag of gummy bears.
The dog got
it
a
was
new
just
bed.
Dog got a new bed. I mean, yeah. When you find deals, you find deals. All right.
I love it.
Yeah, that's usually the way it works. He's like, honey, now you know we're on a budget. You got to don't buy the whole store.
And it's him.
And it's him. We come out with and I'll have like this little bag, and he's like, like 2 carts full.
Just like the first time she took me to the Amazon store. If you've never been to the Amazon store,
No.
Like in person.
yeah, they have these places that are like undelivered merchandise.
Or returns.
And things like that, where you go in these stores and they just dump them, pile them in big bins, and it's like a big scavenger hunt.
Oh.
And you start digging through these bins, and they'll have like everything in the store $7.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
some of the stuff's worth it, some it's not. But
Right.
then stuff that's not worth it doesn't sell, but come back on like Monday and everything's $1. So you go back and get that kind of stuff. And I went a little wild. And,
$130.
Oh my.
So,
Yeah.
and I ain't gonna tell you what I did at Party City once I found out they were going out of business.
Yeah,
and they
that
had
was sad.
70% off.
Yeah.
That was super sad. A really like good friend and OG Thirsty worked at Party City.
Oh,
So
yeah?
it was just, like a whole big thing, and I remember hearing about it really early on. It was was a really cool store.
It is a cool store.
Oh, I stocked up on some wigs for Halloween.
Oh, you went to the sale too
Yes,
then?
ma'am.
Yeah.
I went all out.
See, I went in and I got stuff for the business, stuff that was tax write-offs. I got confetti cannons and I got
Naturally,
inflatable
right.
inflatable air guitars and stuff like that for props for when I do parties.
And the annual party, I mean, you got to have all that.
So no,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Well,
Summer party.
So I don't know. No, I ain't taking my toys there.
Oh no, we did buy toys for there though.
But we bought separate toys for that.
Yeah.
Got it.
We bought
So get ready, Danny.
we bought we bought glow in the dark, floatable cornhole boards.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm here for that.
Yeah, that's a win.
Yeah.
That's worth it.
And then there was, what was the second thing we bought? Something that lights up.
I don't know, but I bought a beer can ammo belt.
Oh,
my
yeah, he
God.
did.
So I can strap on 6 cans at a time.
Now I'm
I
jealous.
do have to go to this Amazon store.
And it's red, white, and blue. America.
Even.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta find Amazon store somewhere.
It's, and I don't even know what it's called, but
They all have different names.
yeah, now
There's-
they legitimately like stand out. You know, like back in the day, well, you might be too young, but back in the day when they did like Black Friday sales and people would line up around the corner of the building. That's what it's like every Saturday
On a
morning.
Saturday
at this
morning.
place.
Okay.
So we wait until like noon, 1 o'clock when all the mad rush is done, and then we go.
But the fun thing is you're not going to run out because they don't put it all out at once. So as
No.
you're in there, they'll come in. You'll go through a bin like, okay, that one's done. You'll get a couple down. Somebody will come in and then they'll dump all this stuff on.
And I'm like, damn,
you're like, man,
gotta
now I
go
got to go
back."
back through that one. I just went through there.
Oh my goodness.
That's amazing.
yeah, it's like a
And-
treasure hunt.
I've got
Yeah.
to find
like
one
a
of
whole
those
day
places.
thing.
So,
is.
there are a lot of people in there that get stuff and they're reselling is what they're doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I pulled up going, wonder what kind of what size calipers do I need? Because these calipers, I don't know if these fit
Yeah.
my car, but
They have like shocks and struts for cars, and like they have everything.
anything and everything you order off of Amazon usually ends up in one of those stores.
But it's so funny because you'll see people like looking up on the Amazon, like how much.
How much was it really originally?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and get that. That's worth it.
But last time we were there, well, Allison was the benefactor of that
Oh, yeah.
that trip. But every bin, I want to know how many Taylor Swift sweatshirts were ordered that was returned.
Oh, my.
I know.
Or no, because she's
Blankets.
a big Swiftie, and we Christmas shopped for her there, and we got her from everything from a little record player air freshener to a calendar to a sweatshirt.
Oh, wow.
and
Blankets.
and we didn't pay anything over $5 that day.
Shirts on her website.
Yes,
Car, you know,
they're insane.
a fortune.
Yeah.
So wow.
So-
All right, I got to find one of these places.
I know,
I
right?
need toothpaste. So,
They sell toothpaste.
They got a little bit. They got a little bit of everything. You can even get yourself a case of Celsius if you look a little
That's
hard.
true. Yep.
It's deadly.
I know. If you want one, there's in the bottom drawer in the fridge.
I had one on the way. I appreciate it. Oh, man.
Hey, Moni.
All right, let's keep
So,
moving.
Moni, I hope you're feeling better.
Yeah.
And Tom says hello too.
Well, hello, Tom.
Moni had to go to the hospital.
Oh,
She fell
no.
and hurt herself, so they're checking her out.
There's still snow up there in Canada.
I know. So Alan says Menards started in Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
There
And
you
it's
go.
better than Home Depot. It is better than Home Depot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That
Way
Claire,
better.
Wisconsin.
that doesn't. It doesn't take much to outdo Home Depot.
It's
Wisconsin.
way better than.
I got excited when I had a choice between Lowe's and Home Depot.
Right.
I go back to Lowe's every time.
Yep.
It just is. Home Depot just let me
Well,
down.
besides that, Lowe's does a veterans thing, so that's good.
So yes.
Menards probably does that.
I said, did we even ask?
I never.
I did, and they don't.
Oh,
So,
I know.
darn it.
They have one flaw.
but with the prices, you didn't need it.
That's true.
That's all I'm going to say about that.
That's true.
All right. Are we caught up now?
I think we are caught up for a minute.
Sweet.
All right. Well, let's start out with the guest of the hour, Miss Kirsty Krause. How are you, dear?
I'm doing good. I'm still hyped, I feel like, from this release. I'm just having, it's been wonderful so far. I love it.
You seem like you're on cloud nine, and it seems like it's something a little special this time. I don't know. You get excited over every song, but I don't know. It seems like there's something different about this one that you're a little extra hype about.
I feel like this one's just been a long time coming. I think we were just talking about that before we went on air. Like, I've been working on this song for a while, and
So it's
just-
relief.
Yeah, it's
Gotcha.
definitely relief, and I feel like now that I've been a part of the community for a minute, it's been wonderful. Like the reception of the song is a lot faster and quicker, and people are like, yeah, I'm gonna play it. Of course, I'm gonna pick it up, and I'm like, yes, please do. I worked hard on this, but it's been really good.
That is awesome. And like you've been all over the place and promoting it and left and right, and it's kind of hard to keep up with your travels.
I've been sitting in Nashville for like all month.
Really?
Like, almost all month. And I obviously go to PCB in April. That's the next out.
Yeah. And
So
of course, we will be down here live on the beach.
yay! I'm gonna do a really fun place in Nashville called Category 10, which is Wild Horse Saloon. Now,
Luke Combs'
Luke
new
Combs' new
place.
yeah. And so I'm gonna play some band shows while I'm in Nashville, and
very
my
cool.
first one is tomorrow with a full band. So I'm really excited.
That's cool.
And my mom will be in town, and I think your dad's coming, which is gonna be fun. There's
Yes,
gonna
he
be a
is.
bunch of people there, but it's gonna be a good time. I'm really excited.
See, that's one of the reasons why I wish we lived closer to Nashville so we could go over and to go to things like that. We have taken off on a Thursday night to go over there and attend a show and then drive back to get up to go to work the next morning. I ain't as young as I once was. And I've already proven I ain't as good as I ever was either.
We love that song.
We do too.
You guys at least you guys get an hour.
Yes.
We lose an hour.
Yeah.
So, like,
That's
that makes
true.
it harder to like do the come down and go back kind of
Yes.
thing. But you guys gain an hour, so it makes it a little easier.
Yeah, on the way home,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That
That's
was-
true.
it gets rough.
That was kind of why it was kind of nice Thursday when I was in Nashville. You know, Mark's like, I got a show. You can stay for my show. And I'm like, he goes, you can stay on the boat. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Because I really wasn't looking forward to driving back anyway. So
Yeah, that's great. I've been on his boat. His boat's
it's a ni-
awesome. Yeah.
it's nice. And I was surprised how many people actually stay out there at their boats.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I wasn't as alone as I thought it was. Or as I thought I was.
Mark has just been like wonderful and awesome. And I thought his post on Facebook about like Largo with Mike Nash
Yes.
was really
Yes.
funny. He's just Mark has such a great sense of humor, but he was like, everyone, Kirsty's cheating on me with
I know.
another
That was
musical
hysterical.
artist.
It was
hilarious.
so
How dare
funny.
she cheat on me?
Yeah.
Musically speaking.
Yeah.
I was like, when I read it, I think my mom like notified me to go on Facebook and read it. And I
Oh,
was
it
like,
was
that's
so funny.
hilarious. Yeah.
Well, you
He's
know.
such a good guy.
But you know, I can honestly say though, he started it because he started cheating on you musically with Manalo and Alan Jackson
That's
Bowers.
true.
That is true.
So he started it.
He cheated on you first.
Karma, Mark. Karma.
Well, he always talk about something that's churning out songs. Like he is churning out
Yes.
so many wonderful songs. So
I know.
I just love it.
I know.
Yeah.
And I can't say much about it, but I can say that I did get to hear the rough cut of Mark's newest single.
Nice.
Ooh, you're gonna love it. That's all I can
Okay,
say.
awesome.
That's all I can say. You
Coming
can't.
in May.
So, you can't wait.
I don't
but-
even know if I can say that out loud. Never mind. Forget I said it.
But
Well, hello to Uncle Alex. He is
Hello.
out there watching from Florida.
down in Boca.
Yay. Ooh.
And Stephen Gray
Awesome.
says, love the new song. And yeah, when you move to Florida, you really miss Menards, right?
Yes, I'm going to be at the Gray's Patio and Rum Bar with them and conjoined with the Pensacola Parrot Head Club and doing something with them.
Oh, cool.
At the end of April.
Very nice.
On my
Cool.
way from PCB to down to Florida to Key West. So it's like this whole wonderful trip. So shout out to them.
Nice.
It's going to be such a good time.
How cool.
That sounds fun.
Pensacola, here I come.
Well, Ed and Pat say hello.
That is the Peace Train crew. They're on Monday nights here on Tiki Man Radio.
Yes.
And they said, tell the Scony Kirsty
Nice.
we said hello. If she doesn't remember us by name, we were the ones who were able to see her in Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin after the summer party last year.
Oh, yes. Okay, so it's Scotty.
Scotty.
Like you gotta say like a Wisconsin.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
Scotty.
my bad.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Oh my gosh, awesome.
She said, or they said to tell you to come. Wait a minute. Tell her to come by on a Monday evening and get on the Peace Train. Have a great show.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
So, yeah.
I'm going back up to my roots. I had just quite a bit this summer. It's a new baby in the oven coming due from my sister.
I was going to not
From
hers.
my sister's belly in May. And so I will be an auntie of 2, and I'm very, very excited about that. To get up to Wisconsin, play some shows, and just, hug my nieces and maybe nephew.
Do you ever
Yeah.
get that from mom and dad about when's it going to be your turn?
No, actually.
No?
I think never have they ever said anything. I think they're just see that I'm happy, and they see that
You're very career driven.
Like the focus is
Yes.
just not that. So it doesn't even come up. Like nobody in my even extended family has ever even asked me.
That's awesome.
Like I think they just know that like
They're like, don't ask.
yeah.
That's kind of like in our family with my oldest daughter. You know, I think we asked her once, and that was like it.
Yeah.
And she was like, I don't care if I ever do. Okay, fine. Okay. Nice talking to
Okay,
you.
next subject, yeah.
She goes, I'll just be the cool aunt. That's all I want to be.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
I definitely aspire, and I feel like Lainey and I, my niece, she's just turned 2 on Monday.
very
We
cool.
have our own little language. Like me and her are locked in, and she's literally my favorite human. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with her. I guess this new baby. I don't know how that's gonna work. I know it's gonna work in the heart expanding mode, but like, I can't even imagine right now.
Well, you know, there's always going to be that connection, you know.
Yeah, the first one is always there's something different, but then the other ones catch up. So yeah,
They do.
Okay, good.
yeah, they catch up.
Because that's gonna be hard to beat.
It's
What
going to
we
be
got.
hard for her. It's going to be hard for her because if you start paying too much attention to somebody else,
Right.
she's going to be like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
have to be mindful.
Well, Country Music Social Media says hi from the UK.
Yes.
Hello.
Those are new friends we've made over there in the UK.
Yeah.
And
I love
we actually, if you didn't know, we did a night where we did Welcome to UK Country. And the whole night was nothing but country music coming out of the UK. We did
That they had
here on
sent
the
us?
show. So, and
That's
they
awesome.
sent us, gave us a list of artists and said, hey, you need to check these people out.
And we've
We
got a
did.
few to send back to you
Yes,
as well.
we do. Matter of fact, we had so many, we didn't even get them all in within the course of the
Yeah.
show. And we said at some point in time, we're going to have to revisit this whole UK country. So,
yeah.
because there
Yeah.
was just so much to go through.
That's great. I'm sure I know a lot of them, so that's super cool.
You probably do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you were over there in the UK playing with the first duet partner.
Thomas Cavanaugh.
Yeah.
Yep. I went over twice. The second time I went over was March, so last year. During this time, I still would have been in the UK. I was there for 5 weeks.
That's
and
right, yeah.
I flew over with my bags and a guitar, and I just went all around just the UK. I was going to do multiple countries, and I reined it in. And but I did like 23 shows, 2 hosting
Wow.
gigs, 2 festivals. Yeah, it was quite a trip. It kicked my butt, like for sure. I
Yeah.
never wanted to see another train at the end of that. Like I was like, I'm good. I need a break from
I think
this.
she's the only
Yeah.
person I know that says, yeah, you know, we look at our friends that are all getting gigs around here. She's the only one I know who's like, yeah, I went to the UK and did 23 gigs. You know,
I
it's
know.
like,
No big deal.
you know, that's like pretty much the whole country.
Look, and I'm over here like, how did you even get the gigs?
Through friends though. Like
Really?
I equally so as I started going to Florida in 2020, I equally was starting to do a lot of online stuff naturally and
Right.
doing takeovers and Instagram takeovers and interviews and all things in the UK. So I was like
Oh, cool.
on my guitar, just starting guitar again. That's another story, guys. And playing like my songs and yeah, eventually got asked to go over there for the C2C festival, and it was just an offer like to play with Thomas
Yeah.
at their massive country music festival. I couldn't say no. And that was the first time I got to go over there. So then I got to go over next year and just planned like a whole thing around it. And I stayed at friends' houses.
That is
Either
cool.
that or hotels that venues put me in. So I didn't have to pay
Right. That's
to
amazing.
stay.
Yeah.
And obviously I paid for all the food there, and I loved every single moment of all of the fry-ups and all the things. But yeah, it made it a lot easier doing shows with friends. And so there I have there's 3 friends, Lisa and Chloe and Mickey, that are coming over, and we're going to all do a show together when they come
how
to Nashville.
fun.
And so it's just been, like back and forth. A lot of UK people are coming over to Nashville too.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Our own international superstar.
I
How about
know,
that?
right? And she's here with us tonight.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Well, that is so cool, and I've
I'm
noticed
shy.
that a lot. That a lot of people from the UK have migrated, and because there was a lot of the names and stuff that was sent, or when I started looking up other additional artists, I'm like, well, I know who that person is. I've seen that person perform,
yeah.
and it's like, oh wow, you didn't even really realize where they were from.
Right.
I think on a lot of them.
Yeah, Matt Hodges,
Yes.
I thought you might have like met him before because
Yeah.
he comes back and forth. He's been coming back and forth for over a decade, and
Yeah.
just one male vocalist over there, you know, for the BCMAs. And so a lot of people know him and thought he lived in Nashville. You know, like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when it gets down to it, I was surprised how many artists I found that were either from the UK or Canada.
right.
You
Yeah.
know, and it's just like
And
there's
Australia.
and Australia.
Australia
There's,
is
there's
huge.
so
Yeah.
many.
So many in Nashville. Like I feel like as much as there are people in the States that are doing country music in Nashville, there's now this pool and
Yeah.
it's equal. Sorry guys, I don't know if that hurt your ears, but it's equal to like our pool.
Yes.
Like Canada, UK, Australia is now equaling out together the people who are in Nashville.
And we was talking a little bit about, like I
And
said,
in the
when,
States.
when it comes to country
Yeah.
music, there was, you know, in my opinion, from what maybe it was just what I was listening to, was that the country music that like they're channeling in the UK is kind of a little bit more reminiscent of older country than our modern country of
Like
today.
70s, 80s country.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd say so for sure. And then more like Americana, like a rock kind of
Yeah.
Americana thing. So yeah, the channels are like the subsidiaries of country music are a little different.
Yeah.
Than here, but they definitely like their old country.
Oh, that
They're
was
going
very
over in
evident.
there and singing Merle or like
Yes.
Kenny Rogers or things like they're like, let's.
I love that so much. I love it.
Well, they're doing it right. It's
They
all-
are.
Yeah,
by-
they're starting
by a
where
lot of
they
people's
should
standards.
start.
They're bringing back true country music, as a lot of people
Yeah.
would say.
Yes, they are.
Them and Zach Top.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Our guest we had here in studio last week, she big Zach Top fan, Miss Amy. We had
Oh, nice.
Amy Calfee.
Amy Calfee.
Amy Calfee. Do you know Amy?
I know I saw some videos.
Oh, Amy, she's a second grade school teacher by day, Nashville singer-songwriter by night.
Okay,
and
love it.
she has performed with a lot of people, but she was talking about, about Zach. She loves Zach Top.
I love it. Oh, that's funny that I mentioned him just now.
Yeah. Yeah. And first time I heard him, I'm like, this is like 90s country. Like,
Yes.
and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I got to see him perform at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And
From afar.
from afar,
cool.
but he sound just as good live as he has. I've heard him on a recording. So, but yeah,
So Stephen McCreary says he loved following your gigs on your UK tour. And
Yes.
CMSM says Robbie Hart, Harte, from the USA is coming to the UK next week.
Oh,
So,
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Robbie's great.
Oh, that's cool. So you know Robbie?
Yes.
Oh, cool. So apparently he's going to go over to the UK. And our friends from Country Music Social Media, they come over to Nashville sometimes. So whenever they're coming over to Nashville, we're going to try to hook up
over
get
there
together.
and-
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So you have your new song, Largo.
Yeah.
You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. Largo is finally here and out. It is. I met Mike Nash the first time. It was like in November of 2020 on my way to Meeting of the Minds. I met him in Sarasota. And he just kind of took me under his wing. He started answering a lot of my questions. He was so welcoming from day one. And fast forward, we wrote this song, and he came in with the idea. And I was like, okay, cool. He's like, let's really write it like a duet. And I was like, all right. They're like, let's do that. So I came over to the condo in Nashville. We wrote it. And we just knew that we needed to release it as a duet and just put it out there. So I started working on the production and stuff. And to have it out, it's a love story. It's definitely a story song. I like to call it like Bon Jovi meets Sugarland.
Okay.
I love it.
nice.
If I had to describe it, if I had to be like pinned down. But yeah, it definitely tells a story about a young couple meeting on spring break. 20 years later, they're married. They want to go get the magic back. So they go back to Key Largo, and to relive like that spark and everything. And they're like, you know what? We love it here so much. Like, this is where we feel good. What if we stayed? And they decide that they're going to spend the rest of their lives in Largo. And that's the song. That's the story. Yeah.
I love it. Well, do you want to play?
Yeah, I have.
Sing for us?
You guys have obviously a special guest, a bonus guest.
Yes.
Yes, you brought a stand
We have
in.
lots of stories.
Yeah.
Coming
Wait
from
till you hear
that.
all of these. This is
We were getting quite acquainted with Danny out there
Yes.
and getting a little bit of his background, his story. And it's like,
we're gonna get into it.
this is gonna be this is gonna be a fun show.
Yeah, Mobile, Alabamian from LA, that is Lower Alabama. Danny Spyro over here is the official stand-in. So let me grab the guitar. He is playing Mike Nash today. If you will.
Mike, I'm gonna try my hardest for you, buddy.
It's kind of like those soap operas, standing in and playing the role of Mike
Right.
Myers and Danny Spyro.
Oh yeah, and I do love my soaps, so this is perfect.
Were you at Days of Our Lives?
Oh, my mom and I, in the mornings.
Oh, yeah.
You know, there was like a channel dedicated to Days of Our Lives. I used to think it was the Days of Our Lives channel. Yeah.
And if you need to bring up Mike closer to you, do whatever you need to do there. Okay.
Kind of loud.
Yeah, I'm pretty.
All right.
Yeah.
I'd shout out Danny's wearing the Beaches Be Crazy shirt.
I
so
know.
Thanks for.
We got to get us one of
This
those.
is hands down my favorite shirt. And you've been very hands-on with every single bits of your merch, and I think people really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Itself.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
great stuff.
Okay, well, here's the new single, guys, live in studio. We're going to perform it live for you. This is called Largo. It's a duet with myself and Mike Nash, and Danny Spyro is here standing in.
We were 17, had a fake ID, on a spring break spree, chasing everything. I was doing double shots in the back parking lot, met a girl down from Tennessee.
He was acting tough, thought he was hot stuff. Then my girls wrote him off, but he was cracking me up with his trashy jokes and his big old smile. So I decided to stay for a while.
Oh, she was looking cute, just sitting there. She was smiling up at me with a flower in her hair.
I knew I was done as a setting sun. First day and it might be the one. So I gave him my number.
And I called you up.
And 20 years later we're still in love. We were hanging in Largo, sipping coladas, living our lives like there was no tomorrow. Young and full of crazy dreams, with no responsibilities. Like a spring break love story right out of some TV show. Yeah, we started off forever in Largo.
So now here we are.
Yeah, we've come so far.
But some days, man, I swear this life can be so hard.
We got bills to pay, ain't no time for play. We've been working 7 days and we can't catch a break.
I know what we need.
I'll go pack our bags.
Yeah, you always seem to know what I'm thinking in my head.
We got some money saved.
I'll go gas a car.
Leave this big old city, it ain't that far. I've been hoping and praying one day we'd get it back. And just like that, we were hanging in Largo, sipping coladas, living our lives like there was no tomorrow. Young at heart, but we're still dreaming, with no responsibilities. Like a spring break love story right out of some TV show. Yeah, we started off forever in Largo. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to leave here.
So what if we stayed?
You know what I'm thinking, girl. So what do you say?
Could it really be? Sounds so good to me.
Well, baby, I just signed the deed.
So the hell with Chicago. Let's keep it in Largo. Sipping coladas like there's no tomorrow. Living our dreams, young at heart. Taking it right back to the start. Like a spring break love story right out of some TV show. Oh yeah. Yeah, we started up forever in Largo. Yeah, started up forever in Largo. Yeah.
That is awesome.
Thank you, Danny.
You know,
guys
you do.
did great.
You do. You fall right into the story, and,
do.
and you act. It's like you're singing, but you're acting it out at the same time. I loved it.
Good.
And I'm not going to lie, it brought tears to my eyes just because that's one of the things that he and I have been talking about is now that we're empty nesters, where are we going to go from here? And
What's the next stage of our life look like?
yeah. So it's really cool. Like it just falls in line kind of with our conversation. So
Yay.
So-
And I
made me all
also-
emotional.
I love that. I want to give a massive shout out to Leslie Spiro, Danny's mom, because she was like, "Oh my gosh, we really did live that song."
Oh, really?
Right? They would be up in Pittsburgh and they kind of look at each other and be like, "All right, let's go to Madeira Beach right now.
Yep.
Like we've had enough." And they just hopped in the plane and went to Madeira Beach. His dad was a pilot, so
Oh my gosh. How
Yeah.
That comes
So-
inconvenient,
They
doesn't
lived-
it?
It did.
they lived this song. They lived it, you know.
How fun.
That is awesome.
When he got back from the Gulf War, they bought a plane, and they were both living in Philly at the time, and they couldn't get enough of the beach. And as I'm looking through old family photographs, I'm
It's
like,
all the beach.
I'm like, are
Yeah.
you sure y'all didn't live in Florida? There wasn't many photos of Philly or Pittsburgh or
Right.
town, like none of that. All I saw was Madeira Beach.
Wow.
You know, and I'm
All the
sitting here
baby
going,
photos of you too. That
Yeah.
like you're on the beach.
I'm on the beach, which I grew up in Mobile, so I expect that. But,
Right.
like, it wasn't the same beaches I went to in Mobile.
Right.
I'm looking at this and this blue water, and I'm like, okay, this is. So they really, it's funny how that connected because they really did live that life. And
Oh, that's
shout
so
out to your
cool.
mom.
Yeah.
Thanks for that one.
So they passed along that they really enjoy the song
Yeah.
on another level because of that. So that's
Yeah.
cool.
That's
And
awesome.
Mike, I did cheat. I cheated tonight. I had someone sing it, the song with me. He's been singing it solo.
She's been cheating a lot lately, apparently.
Sorry, bud.
And he did very well. So,
You did
Thank you.
fabulous.
Thank you. No, Mike Nash is very big shoes to fill. So.
Well, you did a great
as you were
job.
singing, I was also hearing Mike in my mind
Yeah.
singing as well. He was in there.
Yeah, I tried
So-
to mimic my Mike Nash impression.
Mike's got one of those voices.
It's,
He really does.
Every time I hear that track, and when I was learning the song,
Uh-huh.
I'm sitting here listening to it, and I'm like, there are some things that I can't replicate from Mike because a lot of it is his attitude,
Yeah.
and emotion.
Yeah.
He's got that.
And-
He's got that.
Yeah, and when you hear some of those lines, you're like, okay, that's something that only Mike Nash can do.
Yeah.
So I'm having to construct a way to hopefully make you proud, Mike.
Yeah.
So
You did good.
One of the first times I think Lou got to meet Mike was at Percy Priest, I believe. Wasn't that the
I
first
think so, yeah.
First time she had ever met
I
him.
had seen him perform, but I'd never gotten to talk to him
But-
until that night.
But the first time you'd ever heard him sing Postcards from the Road.
Oh, Lord.
She was a bawling mess
Yeah.
by the
I was
time
sobbing.
because he was sitting there and he was telling the story.
Yeah. Oh, his delivery.
And then
his
when he told the
stage
story
show.
first, and
Yeah.
then he got in singing the postcards, she was over there. She was just a bawling
was
mess,
awful.
and because
Yeah.
his delivery,
It was great,
Yeah.
but it was awful.
Yeah.
I've been there.
And he really pushed me the day we did vocals. He came into Nashville. It was his birthday, March 5th last year, and yeah, he was pushing me. He was like, give me that little bit of grit here, do this, and we were just having fun, with just recording vocals together. As
That's cool.
Essentially up in the vocal booth, so it was really fun.
and it's awesome that you guys got to record it as a true duet in the booth together.
Exactly.
Because you
And-
do get that
That
chance to
doesn't
play off
happen
of
much
each other.
anymore.
Yeah, with the two of us, never in the same city. I can't even. I think my schedule is busy. I don't even. He's here, and then he's in this city, and then he's over here. And
Over
I think at
in
Percy
this
Priest.
country, and
yeah,
I don't know where he's at now. Last time I checked, he was like
just
in
in
Belize.
Belize.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I told him, I was like, I want to go to Belize. And
somewhere along the line, he managed to get married.
Yeah. Yeah.
Congratulations. That
Congratulations,
is wonderful.
brother.
Congratulations, Mike and
So
Melissa.
it's getting contagious.
Yes.
It's getting contagious nowadays, you know.
I know.
Tiki Man don't like to hear that, so we're moving along.
Well, Steven says y'all sounded great. Bravo. Callie said he's going to restream this on his student radio station. Is that okay?
Oh, that would be wonderful. Please do.
Yes. And Callie,
And they, of course, have the recorded version in that immediately has went into my playlist. So.
right. Verona Corona says hello.
Hello.
Let me see. Teresa says it sounded great. Everybody is really digging this song. So everybody go out, buy the song, stream it, whatever you can do.
Now, is Mike going to be down to Panama City? Do you know?
No.
Is
I
Danny
know
going to be
he's.
there?
He will not be.
Oh.
I know Mike's going to Houston.
Okay.
Like in a couple, because Tom was texting me about that. And I was like, well, we got to do it all next year.
'Cause I was just wondering, are we going to be able to hear that live on stage?
Oh yeah.
With the two, so I do have a video recording of Mike and I singing it at Meeting of the Minds.
Oh, okay.
And so I have that in like unreleased YouTube, and I'm about to unleash that.
Oh.
Nice.
So stay tuned for
Something
that.
to look forward to down at Panama City.
A live performance
How cool is that?
on the YouTube of Mike and I singing it. So that'll be fun.
That's cool.
Oh, awesome. Now I'm going to shift over here to Danny real quick.
Yes, sir.
Is because number one, we knew very little about Danny until he got here, and you're like, and you just started rattling off everything he's involved with. I'm like, then how
did we not
How
know
did we
Danny?
not know who Danny is?
I know.
Yeah, it's funny because
Not everybody can say, oh, I've played on stage with Jimmy Buffett.
well, that's
I got drunk with Jimmy Buffett.
yeah, that's another
Yeah,
thing.
one. I got drunk much last night on stage.
You know what it was growing up in Mobiles. Obviously, that's home for him. So, we were Jimmy Buffett fans by birth.
Right?
Yeah, we had no, whether you liked it or not, you grew up with Jimmy Buffett. And you ended up loving him because he was always, he was the king. And as I got older, I played more and more, and I realized that this was home for me, playing at places like Lulu's and Floribama and Tacky Jacks. And lo and behold, he was always down there when he wasn't on the road doing 1,000
Yeah.
dates.
You look for his boat, right?
Oh, everyone looked for his boat, and he knew that was going to be a good day. And his sister was nothing but nice to us, and I played in 17 different bands over there with Lulu's. And
How old are you?
there, I think I started when I was 16.
Wow.
And it was like I was still in high school from like 16 to 18, and then a few times I came back from school and played at 20 and 21. But yeah, it was really. It's something I appreciated later in life, and then when I saw his passing, it hit me like a ton of bricks.
Oh, I bet.
Because I saw the reaction from the world. And
Yeah.
it's funny because he was just Uncle Jimmy.
Yeah.
And that was the best part of him, was that he was our uncle. And I was, telling you earlier, anyone could have a conversation with him, and he wouldn't stop. Like he would talk more than you would.
That's really
He'd start
cool.
telling you stories, and all you did was ask him, do I take a left or a right on the interstate? And he'd be like, yeah, but by the way.
And the conversation didn't have to be music, you
And
said.
you never realized, no, had nothing to do with music. And that was the best part of him. And then, you'd walk away and someone would be like, you realize who you just been talking to for the past 2 hours? And that could be Jimmy Buffett. The guy would turn around and be like, are you kidding me? That's Jimmy Buffett. And so it really was a treat being able to grow up on the Gulf Coast down there and really experience his culture, because his culture is what bred musicians down there: the country, the blues,
Yeah.
the rock scene, the Motown, like reggae. It was a gumbo pot of music down there, and that is a huge part because of Jimmy Buffett.
That explains a lot. Yeah.
Made it more mainstream, so it made that swampy blues country with the tropical themes sometimes, like it made it mainstream. And him and a lot of other artists are him being probably one of the most mainstream out of that area of the South. So it really was amazing.
Plus, he can drink some Captain Morgan.
Throwback.
I tried to keep up with him one night, and it just wasn't happening. And I realized I had to get back on stage. This is a 30-minute set break, and I realized I was like, okay, I'm not okay. So, but he got a kick out of it. Sometimes you get on stage, by the bar. It was.
Would you just borrow your guitar? Like, walk us through how that went.
Yeah.
Like, you'd sit
Did you
down.
play covers together? Like, what did that look like?
Like there were times where it was like a trio acoustic set, and he'd get on stage and play with any of the bands like us down there, or sometimes I played in these Motown bands because I toured around with a lot of Motown bands in the Southeast, and he would love that. So you would see all these Motown bands learning all these Jimmy Buffett songs, and that was the coolest part is having a 12-piece Motown band, and then have Jimmy up there, and then you'd have these harmony backings and all this brass and all the different sounds. And it was funny because, like I said,
He was just around all the time?
he was just around, so
Wow.
like you never really were starstruck. And then as I got older and appreciated just where I was from in general more,
Right.
that's when it really hit me. And I was like, I've been sitting here with Jimmy Buffett for the past 15 years, and not even realizing it. So
What is so cool
That's
because
cool.
when we hear about Jimmy, he's immediately you hear Key West. Key West is about what you hear and everything. So it's kind of cool to hear, Jimmy coming from his home area, from Alabama and his roots there and how he truly became Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah.
So it is kind of cool to hear those stories because it sounds like was a lot more even laid back, even more. They said he went to Key West to be at home and down there, but at the same time, it sounds like he found even more deeper home when he got down to the Gulf.
Oh, Alabama will always be his roots. And I think a lot of his style of music, mixing blues and rock and Motown jazz, like we talked about the reggae, that comes from the Deep South.
Yeah.
Like that Mississippi Delta, Robert Johnson type of storytelling is exactly what he incorporated. So you can tell it came from that area. And I love how he always stuck to it.
Yeah.
Put his own spin on it. And it was it's amazing. And I mean, obviously his legacy lives on in a bigger way than I don't know if he ever thought this would happen, right?
When a lot of times, when an artist passes or whatever, there'll be a tribute, out there. Somebody will do a tribute song or something like that or what. But the amount, I swear anybody and everybody who was involved, even within close to the genre, all recorded their own version of a tribute. Whether it be directly or indirectly, because he really did affect so many careers and kind of helped guide the direction of a lot of careers, because he had there was so much of variety in his his catalog, that regardless of what kind of artist that you wanted to be,
Exactly.
there was a piece of Jimmy Buffett that you could take out of there and become that kind of an artist.
Oh yeah, you're talking about bands like Lynyrd Skynyrd.
Yeah.
Would be like, Jimmy Buffett's the man.
Yeah. And who was it we were talking about before where we were saying it was a
Pitbull.
Pitbull.
Well, Pitbull we were talking about, but there was another like hard rock band, like 80s hard rock, and you were like
Motley Crue.
Yes.
Like we were talking about, like he could open up for a band or co-front with a band like Motley Crue.
Yeah.
And every single diehard Motley Crue fan
we singing all the
be
words.
wearing stuffed parrots on their shoulders. So it was this, you're going from girls, girls, girls to wasted away.
Yep.
And not a fan is missing a breath of
Yep.
that man's voice, I mean,
I love it.
That's the real effect he had on the music industry, and he always kept true to himself. He was never.
I think that's the coolest part.
As a superstar as he was still the guy that was your Uncle Jimmy, and that was something. If you were a Mobilian or anyone around that Gulf area, you were blessed to be able to see. The roots and why he'd come back. Obviously to see his sister and his family,
Right.
And it's like you could take like the curtain away or the wall down.
Yeah.
Even though I don't know if he even had much one of those. I mean, it doesn't seem like on any of his interviews or his shows he keeps it real.
Yeah.
He is James Buffett, man. It was an amazing thing to be on those stages and
this
have
is in
him stop by.
2001, you said?
No, I was like
2003?
15, 2005, 2006.
Okay.
Oh wow. So that's before. Is that before the Parrot Heads even?
They were beginning.
Okay.
I
Okay.
noticed
I think
like
before
the
it was
move.
declared.
I can't remember.
Yeah, it was funny. Like Kirsty, who born in Florida, obviously, but she grew up in Wisconsin. I had never heard of. I've heard of the Parrot Heads. They were
Yeah.
getting bigger and bigger around.
And you knew of, like, Brent Burns.
Brent
and
Burns,
You knew of Mike Nash.
Mike Nash, Mark Mulch. Like I'd heard of him later, like around the 2012, 13. Another artist was Ryan Balthrop. Eric Erdman and I had shared some stages.
I know that name.
Down there
From
in
the
Mobile.
same area.
Yeah, he played at the same bars and honky tonks down there like I did. And yeah, I mean, it wasn't till I met a girl from Wisconsin that's telling me about a trop rock scene. I'm sitting here going, well, where was I?
Bring it in, guys.
Like, where have
Bring
I
it
been
all
this
in.
whole time?
Well, we'll take you back a little farther. The term Parrot Head
Right.
was actually founded in Cincinnati, Ohio in 1985.
I thought it was longer.
It was during the 80s that where the term
During a
came
concert,
from.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
during a concert.
And he was like, look at all those deadheads out there. And
Oh,
he's
the-
like,
the-
no, no. Those
the
are
Parrot Heads.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I did watch the documentary, which was awesome, by the way.
Yeah.
That's a great documentary.
And our friend was
And-
in that documentary too.
And it was actually that phrase was actually coined by Eagles bassist Timothy Schmidt.
Yes.
Thank you, Tim.
So that's who came up with the Parrot Heads.
Yeah, and it funny enough, I saw it really, really get big. Jimmy Buffett, or maybe it was a Jimmy Buffett tribute concert. It was at the Ascend Amphitheater in Nashville. I think it
Really?
was still Jimmy Buffett.
Okay.
And I am seeing thousands of people in the tropical shirts, but with the stuffed parrot on their shoulders.
yeah.
And then it hit me like a ton of bricks that this is a big, big movement.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
a big influence.
Were you living in Nashville at the time or no?
Oh, I was living down the street on 2nd Avenue.
Okay, so
I
this
was-
was,
Oh,
was
wow.
about 9 or 8 years ago.
about probably 9 years ago is when
Oh,
I saw
wow.
that, and I said, "Oh wow, this is like."
And of course, when we got to meet, Scott Nickerson, who started up, PHIP,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
and then it just, I don't even think maybe when he started it, he figured it was going to blow up the way it did.
I
Yeah,
don't
but
think-
Scott Nickerson created an amazing thing.
Yes, he did.
I don't think Jimmy ever realized this.
I don't think so either.
Jimmy, like I said, he was just whatever. Let's go play those shows. Let's have fun. Let's write some songs. So it's
But what other fan club out there that you can talk about? That they truly, the party they put on the party with a purpose, and literally,
Yeah.
it became a living, breathing entity all on its own.
Yeah.
100%.
To the point of it's like you go Parrot Heads. They're like, is that like Jimmy Buffett? And it's like, that's so much more.
Yeah.
It's so much. It's how it got its humble
So-
beginnings.
Yes.
But it has blown up.
And
Yeah.
it is wonderful how the party with a purpose. That was one of the strongest statements I've ever heard
Right?
in music in general.
Yeah.
And in fan clubs, that they actually make sure that they're taking care of people around them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's amazing. And that's exactly what Jimmy would want.
Yeah. And the Music City Parrot Heads are very much focused on the Alzheimer's element.
Yes, they are.
This last couple of years, which is really cool. And we are both official members.
Nice.
I
new
was a
official
virtual member for a long time, but I'm the Music City Parrot Head.
I'm
Nice.
a Music City Finn, baby.
How about that?
I'm so proud of that.
Nice.
Out of my accomplishments in Nashville, that's probably like,
Welcome to the club.
it really is probably the one I'm almost like the most excited about is being, part of the Finns. So.
Well,
That's really cool.
and of course, for Lou and I, our introduction to the Parrot Heads, because you'd heard the term,
Right.
but where we come from, it really wasn't.
I had not heard the
It
term.
really wasn't a thing that we knew of. It wasn't involved in the culture. And when we moved down here, and in 2018, it had been in February, I believe, and it was cold outside because it was a Super Bowl party.
All I remember is I was wearing a Troy Polamalu jersey.
We were we responded to because we lived in the same neighborhood as the Tiki Man, but we had yet to meet the Tiki Man. We'd lived there almost a year and hadn't met anybody other than our neighbors right across the street from us. So that was it. And he had an open invite to a Super Bowl party. So we're like, hey, let's just go down there to the Super Bowl party, because back in the summer, I'm like, I don't know who them people are down the street to have all these parties, but we gotta get to know them.
Going to a Super Bowl party where you don't know anyone is the best. Like, just throwing
yeah.
that out there. It's
So-
like,
If
cool.
you would have seen us walking in, we did the whole couple thing. Like, okay, we're going to give it 10 minutes. No, I think we gave ourselves 20 minutes.
Okay, and if this,
look at
if
you
this
guys
is
now.
awkward,
I know.
we're out of here.
Yep.
Right.
And as soon as we opened the door, it was like it was yesterday. Danny is standing behind the bar. All these this place is packed.
Chocolate martini.
And they turn and they're like, "Hey!" And it was like we had been going there.
It was like walking into Cheers bar.
Yeah.
Norm.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we immediately met our best friends
Thirsty.
right then and there. And then we got the phone, well, welcome to the Parrot Head Super Bowl party. And we're like, the what? So we got educated.
And it's so funny because when we went back home, I was telling my big brother, who's like 10 years older than me, he graduated in 1980. And so I was telling him about these people we met, and I'm like, have you ever heard of something called the Parrot Heads? And he's like, well, hell yeah, I know the Parrot Heads. How do you not know the Parrot Heads? I'm like, listen, I didn't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he loved it. He was all about it. He's like,
love it.
that's Jimmy Buffett.
Well, I knew who Jimmy Buffett was, but
Yeah.
I wasn't really aware of the whole culture of
No.
or anything, I guess.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, no, I was telling you guys I get on these interviews and I'm like, like they're like, tell us about Mike Nash, and I describe it. I was like, the Parrot Heads, Jimmy Buffett, and they're like, what? And I'm like, okay, just hear me out for a second.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was really introduced to it through some of the artists like Brent.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a legend in that.
He was your first
Yeah,
mentor.
Brent Burns,
And
right?
he was my first mentor. Somehow my dad
Talk to him.
got his information and he was like, listen, this guy he's really making moves for himself. He has a great career. You need to go sit down and talk with him. He was willing to meet with us. I was like 14.
Oh,
Just
wow.
writing
Yeah.
songs.
I'm just writing songs about girls I'm too nervous to talk about. They're awful, by the way.
So-
These were not great.
Wow.
You guys thought it might be like an hour sit down, but no, it wasn't.
No, I mean, I thought it was going to be 30 minutes sit down. He had me play like some bad recordings on a burnt CD that I put
Gave
on.
him feedback.
Feedback.
Wow.
His wife is
Sat,
feeding
talked
us.
to him, had dinner with them.
Yeah.
Like they made it a
Wow.
whole. He took his time to really like sit down with him.
That is really cool.
See, I discovered Brent Burns in reverse. Because, Brent threw the whole trop rock thing and all the songs and everything like that. And we were when we went to Key West, we were pleasantly surprised that our rooms were right next door to Brent. So we would sit out on the patio
yeah.
and listen to him sit out on the patio and him just sitting there playing and singing and everything. But then, I started following him and everything. And then when I started seeing him posting pictures and stuff when he was on Hee Haw, I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, what?
Yeah, this guy?
What?
Yeah, I'm next to him.
So then when you're like, oh my God. So I kind of, like I said, went from the tropic world backwards into the country music world.
Right. And that was the beauty of it, is that he really took the time to teach me a lot about just the music business in general and how he did it.
That's amazing.
And how he really makes a living and just gave pointers. And I wish I would have been older to appreciate it a little more because he was giving me gold,
Yeah.
And him and
Yeah.
his wife were nothing but kind.
Yeah, but you said it was the first person that like sat down with you and like kind of laid it out realistically of,
Yes.
of how you can make a career and carve a career out of the music industry without being the Taylor Swift.
Oh, yes.
Right.
That's exactly what
And
he said.
that is really cool because so many people go into it like, I'm trying to make it, not realizing if you're on stage and you're doing what you love and you're able to pay your bills, you
You're making
have
it.
made it.
You are making it.
That is making it.
9.5 years. Here we go. Year two.
That's right.
Like
You are
10
making it.
years.
I mean, really, there's, it's about more, and I guess because I'm not trying to do it, but to me, it would be about so much more than just a record deal.
It is.
Because the record deal can be nice, but it's so temporary in a lot of cases. I mean, those Taylor Swifts that is like a 1 in a million thing.
It's one.
Yeah.
Maybe in more than that.
Well, and
Yeah.
it goes back to when we had a conversation with Craig Campbell when he was on the show. And we said, what has been the big difference where you go from, being that independent artist to that signed artist, and you're traveling all over and you're putting out, hits, and then all of a sudden you're back to being an independent artist. What is that move like? And he goes, money. He goes, that's all the record deal is good for, is money.
Yeah.
And he goes, I'll tell you what, I'll be an independent artist every day, all day, from here till death's door, because I now have one thing that I never had before when I had that record deal. And he goes, that's control over what I write, what I record, what I release.
Yep.
He goes, I have control. And he goes, if you don't need the money to be able to put out music, by God, stay independent, do it yourself.
Yeah.
And I think with today's technology, you can do it now.
Yeah.
You can finally are able to do that.
Oh, 100%. And it was just so funny because the first thing I noticed when I walked into his home were boxes and stacks of his albums. And I remember his wife saying, hey, we got to mail all these out today. And I'm looking at them, I'm 14.
Whoa.
These stacks are twice the size of me. And I'm sitting here looking up at these stacks of albums. I'm like, this is today? I'm like, this guy's famous.
Right,
I'm thinking to myself, and I realized now looking at it is that you're totally right. I mean, he did show me the realism of being able to make a great living for yourself.
And we've had, to your point, like we've had a lot of discussions about that, like as an independent artist versus a label, and like it may be a little bit profane in some areas, but Jelly Roll came out with a video. If you look up Jelly Roll talking about record deals.
Yes.
That'll just explain it for you guys.
Yeah,
Yes.
Exactly.
It's a tricky
He says
business.
some swear
Yes.
words, but he really does boil it down in quite a way that's not talked about publicly.
You're right.
No.
So I've seen it.
Jelly
can
Roll is
watch
very
that.
unapologetically Jelly Roll.
And you gotta love
He
that.
is who he is.
Yeah.
We saw him live performing downtown Nashville for New Year's Eve.
Yes, we
he
did.
was performing.
Oh,
that
wow.
was cool. Yeah.
That would be
It
cool.
was awesome. He is who he is. So he said.
Yeah.
And when we do that, and I guess another person I think who comes off like that, and then that I've heard the stories, it was Post Malone too.
Yeah.
So and
Yes.
we go back to keep saying everybody knocked it, but
I love
Post Malone's
album.
country album is one of the most countryest albums we heard come out of Nashville.
For a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there are some great artists. coming
Yes,
out of
there is.
Nashville. It's just you don't
Here.
hear much of them.
Yeah.
But the beauty of being able to stream, like you said, is
Mm-hmm.
that people can now find what they want to
Exactly. Yeah.
and there's a lot of great artists
Well, Robbie Hart is
Find
online.
our music.
like this one.
And this
Yeah.
one,
Absolutely.
April 25th.
April 25th, correct?
Well, Robbie Hart is online and he is loving it. He is amen and everything y'all are saying.
Wait, ROBBI.
ROBBIE.
E, like my cousin. Y'all got a good name, man.
Robbie Hart. HARTE.
Oh, okay. At first, I thought we were talking about a girl.
Oh,
I
no.
have to okay.
Well,
No, this is the Robbie that's going over to the UK.
Oh, okay. Yes.
But he is loving it. And he is
love
amen in everything that y'all are saying. He said you guys sounded great.
Oh, thank you. Thank you,
And
Robbie.
yeah.
Well, what I want to do is we're going
We'll have to connect.
take a quick little
Yes.
break for our. We have a JBL travel minute that we got to get to because we got to take care of our good old sponsors that take care of us, and we're going to get that, and then we will come back, and then hopefully get a bunch more live music from you guys. Okay, but right now here is the JBL travel minute.
And now it is time for the award-winning JBL Travel Minute with Joe Leo, the JBL Travel Group. JBL Travel Group is the official travel company of Tiki Man Radio. You can reach out to Joe at 732-831-5200. And now get ready to learn something new about travel. Take it away, Joe.
Morning, everybody. It's Joe Leo with the JBL Travel Group. And this week I want to talk about seasonal travel, which is about experiencing destinations that offer unique attractions, activities, cultural celebrations, and natural beauty that are specific to each season. Actually, I was writing an article about this week for one of our trade magazines, and so I thought I would share some of it with you. So here are some of the popular destinations by season. So in the spring, one of the things that is very popular is going to see the Cherry Blossom Festival, which takes place in Washington, D.C., and also in Kyoto, Japan. It's a very breathtaking experience, paired with over in Japan, paired with some really great cultural celebrations. The next thing is a tulip extravaganza for the flower lovers, and this takes place every year in the spring in the Netherlands, where millions of tulips in all different colors just kind of blanket the landscapes there. And then there's the wildflower trails through the Texas Hill Country and into the California Antelope Valley, and the fields there are blanketed with beautiful variety of colors of wildflowers. Then we move on to the summer, and in the summer there's some midnight sun adventures in Scandinavia, which brings the phenomenon of the midnight sun, and a lot of people like to go kayaking or hiking at midnight in Norway or Iceland. Then there's the coastal escapes, which kind of center on the Amalfi Coast in Italy or the Greek islands for really great warm weather and beaches and lively summer activities. And then there's the lavender fields, which is a rolling hill of lavender plants in Provence, France, which is at its peak during the summer season. Then in the autumn season, of course, you have the fall foliage. I can't say that. Fall foliage. And people like to travel to places like Vermont and New Hampshire for scenic drives around and see the colors, the changing colors of the leaves and things like that. Last 2 years ago, we took a cruise up the Hudson and up to Canada from New York during that season, and it was absolutely beautiful. And then there's also harvest festivals going on during that time of the year. And of course, the most popular is the great stomping and wine tasting at the vineyards in Tuscany and Tuscany, Italy, and also in Napa Valley, California. Then there's the Pumpkin Patch Adventures, which explore the charming pumpkin patches and the autumn season in the Midwest and New England. And then for the winter, the winter time, they give you all kinds of snowy escapes. You can visit Lapland, Finland for a winter wonderland, reindeer sledding, ice hotels. They actually have a hotel they build every year out of ice. And of course, the biggest attraction there is the Northern Lights. And then there's the Christmas markets, which take place every year in Germany and Austria, that are filled with holiday treats and handcrafted gifts. And there's a number of river cruises that specifically sponsor river cruises through that area and stop in the towns for the different Christmas markets. And then the last but not least in the winter is the ice sculptures and festivals, which take place in China, believe it or not, featuring beautiful, magnificent ice sculptures that are illuminated by tons and tons of colorful lights. So maybe that was something you weren't thinking about, and you want to look at something like that when you're planning your next vacation. And if so, give me a call. The JBL Travel Group will help you find the perfect place. 732-831-5200. Enjoy the rest of your day. This has been Joe Leo with this week's Travel Minute. Take care.
Thanks, Joe. You've been listening to the award-winning JBL Travel Minute with Joe Leo, winner of the 2024 Magellan Awards of Excellence. Each week, Joe takes you through the ins and outs of the travel industry and gives you ideas about travel that you never even thought about. If you're looking to take a trip, book a cruise, or a special event, then reach out to Joe Leo at JBL Travel Group at 732-831-5200, the official travel company of Tiki Man Radio. Are you looking to grow your business and get your brand out there? Well, come be part of the Tiki Man Radio family. With over 10 years of branding experience, over 12,000 subscribers on YouTube, and a worldwide audience, Tiki Man Radio can take your business to the next level. Have you checked into local advertising? 15-second slots for thousands of dollars sandwiched in between the news and 25 other businesses? Internet radio takes your business around the world. Let me tell you what Tiki Man Radio is all about. We're all about branding. We are all about getting your name to the list listener base that you're looking for. We have sponsorship packages for large and small businesses with several live shows every week, music festivals in Key West and on the road, and the capability to come to your business. Tiki Man Radio becomes your part. Reach out to us at tikimanradio@gmail.com for the sponsorship package that fits your need. Tiki Man Radio, your coastal Americana radio. Come over and be part of the family.
Sparkling earrings lay against your skin so brown, and I want to sleep with you in the desert tonight, with a billion stars all around, 'cause I got a peaceful, easy feeling. And I know you won't let me down, 'cause I'm already standing on the ground. And I found out a long time ago what a woman can do to your soul. But she can't take you anyway. You don't already know how to go. And I get a peaceful, easy feeling. And I know you won't let me down, 'cause I'm already standing on the ground. I get this feeling I may know you as a lover and a friend. This voice keeps whispering in my other ear, tells me I may never see you again. 'Cause I get a peaceful, easy feeling, and I know you won't let me down, 'cause I'm already standing. I'm already standing. Yes, I'm already standing on the ground.
Peaceful, easy feeling. That's Rob Knowlton.
I love that.
Yeah, nice little tune there. And of course, we had the JBL Travel Minute and also some scenic shots from our sponsor at Goaltending Services and Outfitters in Key West. So we were talking about Key West. You have not been there.
It will be my first time in the end of April and the beginning of May for the Key West Songwriter Festival. So
Oh, wow.
it'll be wonderful. I've got some shows down there, and I am just so excited to get to Key West.
That's
Nice.
cool.
Be a nice change of pace in the weather we've been having in Tennessee.
It's so.
But it's
like,
getting warm now.
It's
for a
so
week.
everywhere. It's so
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
It'll be like 40 something, 50, and then like 75.
Yes.
And then back to 30.
Yes.
Make up your mind.
The weather's just a little bipolar, that's all.
It is going from like 30 degrees from morning till night. And I always say that this time of year, this time and in the fall, Tennessee is kind of like being in the desert. Like it's 150, 11 degrees as soon as the sun comes out, but then it's like -10 when the sun goes down.
Yeah.
So,
I definitely agree with that.
yeah. Well, Robbie, I have to apologize. So usually it's B-Dawg that sticks his foot in his mouth. This time it was me.
He chooses the clap.
So Robbie is a girl. Oh, I guess if I would have been looking at your picture, you're beautiful.
I've done that once or twice.
I know. I know. So now I got to check out her music because I was not familiar. So we're going to check it
so
out now.
Sweet.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and Kirsty's like, wait a minute. I thought she was a girl. I'm like, no, it's not a girl.
And I was like, but I know her.
Poor Robbie's on the Facebook like, yes, I am a girl.
She's like, I'm a she. Yes.
Yeah. So sorry. My bad.
She's been drinking.
Just a little.
Just that premix Jack Daniels.
Well,
Ain't
Right.
nothing wrong with those. Those are fantastic.
That's right.
I stopped drinking beer
Because of
to,
those?
to drink
Yes.
this.
Oh,
He
yeah.
used to make fun of me for these.
Yeah, that's
And
counting the
then-
right calories.
Well,
in that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and I did. I truly did go on a massive transformation diet workout plan in that, and it's been a while. I think when we talked about it a little bit, but yeah, I've down almost 70 pounds from what I used to be. And in December, I ran my first half marathon. So as you can see, I'm accumulating medals up there on the wall there.
Yes.
So
Congratulations, man.
races that I have done.
Amazing.
And I got a 15K coming up in 2 weeks. So.
Holy moly.
You know
Yeah.
what? Better you than me.
That's what I say too.
Yeah.
You know, I
Good for you.
feel better. I ain't as good as I once was, but again, I feel better than I ever have.
Right.
That's
So
awesome.
at least in a long time.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
and it just started. It's kind of like Forrest Gump. One day I decided I was just going to take a walk,
And you kept
and the
going
next
on it.
thing I realized I was 20 miles in. She's calling me on the phone, going, "Are you okay?" And I'm
okay?
like,
Where
"I'm
are
just
you?"
taking a walk." And she goes, "You've been gone 4 hours," and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, really?" Okay.
Yeah. And then
So-
he was like, oh.
I think I like walks.
Yeah.
Now he's running.
And Liz, you
So-
don't even understand how many years I tried to get this man to walk with me.
Right.
Years.
Now she won't walk with me.
Yeah.
Paybacks, buddy. No, I'm just
Oh.
kidding.
Yeah.
But no, in the wintertime, I'm not as dedicated. Like when the hurricane, we got the remnants of the hurricanes. He was out there walking.
I was walking in the downpouring rain and the high winds. I was out walking.
I'm in the house looking out the
So-
window like that's got to suck.
That
I was not
that
doing it.
week during that hurricane, we was getting all that weather. I put in 114 miles that week.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I was walking anywhere from 10 to 15 miles a day. I was just. I don't even want to say passionate about it. I was obsessed
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
with putting in miles, getting miles in. And it's when I started out, it was like, well, I'd really like to be able to walk a mile in under 16 minutes.
Oh.
I'd like to get.
Yeah, he walks like
And-
13-minute miles.
Wow.
I've come to I walk faster than most people. A lot of people run.
Wow.
She walks faster than most people.
Yeah.
So, you have a partner in crime over there.
when I ran the half marathon, I walked 99% of it. I jogged up the hills. That's all I did, was because it was easier just to jog up a hill, and I finished in under 3 hours.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
You are faster than definitely
That's
me.
what I said.
so
I'm a slow, look at the scenery kind
So-
of walker. Let's not make sure I try too hard
He's
here.
a deep southerner.
so
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
my fastest walking is what 12 minutes and 12:16
I think
What?
so.
A mile?
Yeah.
per mile
16
walking.
mile.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome, man.
I take long strides.
Listen,
That's true, yeah.
he comes home like my little legs. if I don't have like the nursing adrenaline rush going, I feel like I feel like a toddler, like trying to keep up. And if I can get it down to like an 18-minute mile, I'm excited. And I'm not even out of breath, but that's just all the faster I can make my legs move. And he comes home and he's like, I only got a 17-minute mile today. And I'm like, shut up.
Well, the one day we decided I would go walking with her. So, but I didn't want to push her, so I was just going to let her do her thing, and I just let her lead the pace.
That was the last time I ever walked with him.
Because I didn't realize it, but she's got her headphones on, I got mine on, I'm listening to my music, and she's walking as fast as she can, and I'm dancing.
I was like, that's it? No.
I'm done with this. I don't blame you.
So from that point on, we go walking together. We go to the trail together. And
she goes one way and I go the other.
I say, kiss me and leave because I'm not walking with you anymore.
That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
I'd be on your side on that one. I'd be taking my own way.
Right?
I can't keep up with you.
I have an 8.5 mile loop that I do every day.
Yeah.
That's great though.
That's
fantastic.
It's a lot of steps.
Right?
Yeah, and that's on top of about the 10,000 I put in while I'm at work. So.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Well, speaking of a lot of steps, you have traveled. Look at that! I'm learning the whole transition
you
thing.
go.
Ha-ha.
I'm just letting you lead it tonight. I'm just sitting over here. The ladies has got it tonight.
I know. We're on it. So you have traveled back and forth singing. You have been singing forever, and you have your first, what did you call it? Family friendly, radio friendly
Yes,
song?
ma'am. My first family friendly, commercial-y,
Yeah, I'm.
friendly song. Appropriate. That's a great way of putting it.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie. When she told me that she was bringing me, I'm like, I've never heard of him. So I need to look up some music. And I'm like, okay, well I see that. I only got a couple to choose from, and I see that one. I'm like, oh, this sounds like it'd be a pretty song. It was her color,
Her favorite color.
and I'm listening to it, and then the hook comes. Her favorite color is cocaine, and I'm like. Oh.
But you chose to trust me, right?
I did, and then I'm like, you know what?
Yeah, she's trustworthy.
I'm like, Kirsty Krause has not brought in an artist with her.
That's right.
Because of you, we've met Crystal King, we've met Mark Mulch, and I'm like, I have total faith in Kirsty and who she's bringing, and we're just gonna roll with it.
Yeah, that's great.
And I'm glad we did.
Thank you for having me. And yes, we're excited. April 25th is the release.
Awesome.
12 a.m. I guess Eastern, y'all's way, and 11 o'clock Central, because I think that's the way it works there on the whole streaming releasing. You say midnight, but reality is it's
there you go
12 Eastern. So yeah, we're excited. I wrote this with a great songwriter that actually she introduced me to, is named by Mason Douglas, and he's written hits for Hardy, Kid Rock.
Wow.
Oh yeah, he's big time, and he decided to take a chance on me because of Kirsty. So it was her reputation and her word that led him and I together. So we've been writing since. But this is actually the first song we ever wrote together. It's called Love Songs Lately. It's basically about when you're a single guy, you're listening to nothing but Nirvana and all this grunge rock,
right?
And Hate My Life and all this brooding rock and roll stuff. And all of a sudden you meet somebody and you notice slowly your radio station's turning from Nirvana to like Rascal Flatts. And then all of a sudden you realize for the past like 3 weeks you've been listening to nothing but love songs. So I brought that idea to him and he loved it. And we wrote it really quick, and we both knew we had really something special to get to. So we went to Saxman Studios in Nashville, recorded it quick. The band was fantastic, and we're looking forward to it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So exciting. When is it coming out?
April 25th at midnight.
So this is the world premiere.
The world premiere.
And I sang on it.
She did the harmonies on this.
Be nice.
Wow.
They were hard.
See how things just come full circle.
Yeah. they were hard harmonies. But I'm going to try to do them for you.
All right, cool.
Okay.
I was a 12-inch vinyl Rolling Stone with a hard rock heart. I was a sucker for a Cobain tone and a cranked up electric guitar. But then I met you. The next thing I knew, you got me changing my tune. Now all I listen to are love songs lately. I turn them on, they make me wanna call you baby. And think of dancing with you slow, taking every chance I know, spinning out of control. Girl, you're making me crazy. I'm falling for you, singing words I never knew. All I listen to are love songs lately. Who would have thought that a guy like me would be tearing up to Lady in Red? Between Always on My Mind or Wonderful Tonight, baby, I couldn't tell you who said it best. I guess that they knew somebody like you. They picked up the pen, 3 words and the truth, 'cause all I listen to are love songs lately. I turn them on, they make me wanna call you baby. And think of dancing with you slow, taking every chance I know, spinning out of control. Girl, you're making me crazy. I'm falling for you, singing words I never knew. All I listen to are love songs lately. That's right. Yeah. Baby, you laying here, this music to my ears. Now all I listen to are love songs lately. I turn them on, they make me wanna call you baby. And think of dancing with you slow, taking every chance I know, spinning out of control. Girl, you're making me crazy. I'm falling for you, singing words I never knew. All I listen to are love songs lately. I'm falling for you all day and the whole night through. All I listen to are love songs lately. Thank you. And thank you for the
Very
great
nice.
harmonies, Miss Krause.
I love it.
Thank you.
That's a cool song.
Yeah, I don't know where I thought of that idea, but I thought of it one day, and I was
What
like,
a pivot in your music.
it's
I
definitely
know,
a bit-
right?
I wonder what happened.
I don't know. I think I sold out.
But you sold out in a good way.
Well,
Right.
Yeah, I mean, well,
Oh, he's joking.
yeah,
He can't help it.
no, but
Did you find love?
I might have met someone. That now I'm a morning person,
Oh.
and yeah,
And you don't smoke cigarettes
and I
anymore.
don't smoke anymore.
Wow.
It's different. Yeah, I wish I could say, oh yeah, it was all me. You know, it wasn't. So sometimes you need some incentive in life.
Right.
You know, and
I get it.
no, yeah, but yeah, thank you for letting me perform that. It's
No.
April 25th. Love songs lately, man. The band that did it in there is incredible. So it's
Well, we
worth
can't
listening.
wait. Let us know. We will make sure we got it in here, and we will
Absolutely.
be
Send it
playing.
to
I'll
us.
send it to you as soon
Yeah.
as possible.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah.
then
Absolutely.
when you get your next song out, because I'm assuming there's going to be more.
We're back in the studio as soon as this release happens, so we're kind of on a roll. It's that time of the year now, so.
Nice.
And we have all kinds of time if you want to keep
That's
playing.
right.
Oh no, I
Oh, now they're going to be bashful. Well,
Yes,
you know.
y'all sing us another
I
one.
don't
We've
care
been
if you should-
talking a lot tonight.
I don't care if you even do a cover tune. Just we like the live music.
That's right.
yeah.
Pass the Martin.
Okay. That sounds like a song. Pass the Martin.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. No,
There you
I
go.
mean, being able to fill in for Mike on Largo is incredible.
Yeah.
Because
Well, I think you did an excellent job.
thank you.
hold this
And
second.
I've seen the way Kirsty has had real in depth with the production, and she has been there for every single.
Very hands-on.
I mean, totally hands on from the drums to the bass, guitar, vocals. I mean, just
That's
the way it's
cool.
been produced. And she's with Grammy nominated and awarded producers.
You got
and,
enough extension there?
Wow.
and they love that. They love the fact that she's part of it.
Yeah.
And I think with Largo, which is so beautiful, is that it's taking the
trop rock scene, the tropical country scene, and she's very much spearheading
Yes.
into the mainstream of today's country in Nashville.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because there hasn't been a Jimmy Buffett since Jimmy Buffett.
Right.
And I think people have been really waiting for that. And I mean, Kirsty's, I mean, I've seen the way they love her down there at Meeting of the Minds, the Any of the
Yeah.
Pins organization. I mean, she's the princess of trop rock.
And it's
You know,
Aw,
so, you
there
know,
you go.
I mean,
Like that.
she really is.
well, you know, they got, you know, Kenny Chesney kind of picked up, you know, the cowboy, the beach cowboy, whatever, you know, Zach Brown, but there isn't a female that's
No.
spearheading that. So
And, yeah, and
there
I've
you
been thinking
go.
about that, and I was like, she really is the new face, the younger faces of artists.
Yeah.
That is really spearheading this entire scene into
Yeah.
very much a mainstream sound.
Yeah.
And I think Largo really does take that country blues sound and the way it was recorded in a Nashville studio.
Yeah.
It's very like professional and crisp, and
Absolutely.
and it really ties these two you know communities.
The two
together.
worlds, yeah.
It really is two worlds.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it's I mean, not I think, I know you're gonna very much spearhead for this community.
Oh, absolutely.
Just keep bringing my friends in. You really don't know about this? Come on.
Hey, you're the princess of trop rock. I
And-
told her that as a joke, but
The
I was
princess
dead
of trop
serious.
rock.
Yeah, I
was dead serious.
really don't think that I know a bigger advocate for that avenue of music, for real. Yeah, you do just keep bringing your friends, and
Yeah.
and the way
makes
that
me
the
feel
trop rock
good.
world, yeah, the way everybody just embraces them too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love it. I just love it.
I mean, I've told this story before, but like, yeah, my first time going to Music on the Bay and just experiencing all that, I cried because I had to leave to go to a different festival. I had to go to like the Strawberry Festival the next day,
Yeah,
and I was like, one of the parrot heads was walking me in my car, and I was like bawling because I had to leave
Oh,
the fun. And I'm like a big kid. I'm like, in my heart, I am still a little kid, and that's how I like to live my life. And so I feel, yeah, just like at home with everybody.
Yeah.
Like to dress up and be fun and just have a good time, and not like a let's get wasted and be inappropriate way. Like,
Right.
let's just have good fun and
Exactly.
party for a purpose.
And
exactly.
I really respect that. And when you're recording songs with Mike Nash,
Right.
it's a monster in that community.
Yeah.
When you're playing on the same stages as Brent Burns, and
Yeah.
I mean, they're looking at you to really spearhead this into the next generation, and that's a
because there really
Yeah.
isn't that, you know, that out there who's somebody is tackling that the country music with the coastal at the exact same time. I mean,
Yeah.
the closest person I could ever think of would have been Erica, and I think Erica is starting to come back a little bit more to the countryside as well, from it sounds like. But you are just,
And Aubrey, right?
and Aubrey does it.
Aubrey's great. She
Yeah.
is
And everything,
so
but
good.
you seem to be out there more than most.
You're
and
such an advocate,
You are
yeah.
leading the charge, I think.
Yeah, her face,
trying.
Yeah.
is that new generation.
Yeah.
And the new generation, because
the flower in
generations
your
before.
hair
Yeah.
and the smile.
But
Yeah.
it's so Nashville too.
Yeah.
It's so commercial in Nashville because
Yeah.
they are looking for that. They're looking for authenticity, and that's what she has. And incorporating the tropical scene and having her blues side and country. I said it a while back. It's like Jody Messina meets Jimmy Buffett meets like Casey Musgraves on a boardwalk.
I love
You know,
that.
and that's her sound. And
You did.
Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, it's wonderful because you know you're really becoming the face of it, and I know that the trop rock community, from what I've talked to in my small time, is very proud of that. And they're very proud of you being the face, you know, of this up and coming.
Just from the point in time of whenever we like, Kirsty Krause. No, it's Kirsty. And she's like Thursday. Okay, yeah, us just trying to learn
Thirsty.
I know.
learning her
Thirsty.
name
Or Kirsty
Yeah.
to the
Alley.
point of now.
Yeah.
To where where you were to where you are today, and such a very short time is just amazing.
And to see the growth in your vocals and your songwriting and everything. I mean, it's just been amazing to see.
Thank you for saying that, because I've definitely been focusing, and I just want to say, like, I super look up to Erica and Aubrey, and they have been just wonderful, just females to spearhead as well. They're definitely artists that I'm looking at just for influence, and I love writing with Erica.
But when it comes with you guys, I think of because I remember when country music had their divas.
Yeah.
You guys are like the coastal country divas right
Who
there.
was it? Who
Which
was
is
it?
awesome. That's an awesome diva to be. That
Right?
beats any
Right.
others. I would rather
So,
be a country coastal diva than any.
Who was it?
I'll give you that song title and country.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'll
Coastal
take that
Country
one
Diva.
for you.
There you go.
10%. All right. We'll sell it to her.
I
Yeah.
got a pitch for you too. So
Yeah.
that's good. I got a pitch for everybody but myself.
I don't mind being a diva. I would like to have nothing but fresh towels on my side.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's
Right, but when I say it in a good way because
Queens.
Yeah.
the Queens. There
Yeah.
you go.
Queens of
Who was it?
Trop
Dolly
Rock.
Parton and Linda Ronstadt, and who was the other? There was three that did a song in the
Yeah.
It
90s.
was,
Yeah.
Leanne.
I don't
Was
think.
it Leanne?
No, Emmylou Harris.
Emmylou
yeah.
Harris.
There you go.
Emmylou Harris
Wow.
and Linda
Right, Emmylou.
Ronstadt and Dolly Parton. Weren't they the three that did an album together or
They were
something?
the Queens, man.
Yeah.
Queens, there
they
you
were
go.
the
So
Queens.
that's what I think of whenever I think of
Okay.
you three.
I get
Yeah.
That.
I guess not divas then.
And it's just so cool.
Diva's
too.
kind of
Yeah.
a negative term, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, my apologies, ma'am.
whether or not you're in the trop rock community or not, you're hearing about it now.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's why I think a big part of that is from her and the other two. Is
Yeah.
that you're really hearing about it now. Mm-hmm. And that's an amazing thing because people are going to eat this up the moment they start hearing it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's.
I think Largo is gonna make a big
Yes.
difference for you.
Yes.
For real.
I
yeah.
love-
It's
Yeah.
fabulous.
I'm so pumped. I mean, just the fact that Mike Nash is like, yeah, let's put this song out. I was like, wait, yeah, no, yeah, let's do that. He's serious.
We're going to do this, right?
Like, are you really surprised? I mean, Mike Nash to her, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Right.
You
Right.
know? And I know for a fact that he has nothing but the greatest respect for you as an
Yeah.
artist and a human too. So
Yeah.
You're just so likable. Now,
say
that-
something.
now that we've got her all blushing, now we're going to make her
I
sing.
know.
Yeah, perfect.
No pressure.
Well, I'm gonna do a song that I wrote with Bill White. He's
Oh.
been here.
I love-
Yes,
I
we
love
love Bill.
Bill hasn't been here, but
Not to our studio.
I have met Bill on multiple occasions. We've seen him at different songwriter festivals and everything, and then I got to hang out with Bill at a veterans songwrite. So, yeah, I know Bill pretty well.
Nice. Okay. Well, this one's called Lime Time. I don't know what day it is, but I know I sure love this. I'm living on lime time. Clocks ain't something you'll ever need. Formal wear is two bare feet when you're living on lime time. Not a care in sight. I'm working on my tan. Everything feels right. There's a steel drum band. Every night there's a conga line when you're living on lime time. Days are lazier down here. There's margaritas and Corona beer when you're living on lime time. Not a care in sight. I'm working on my tan. Everything feels right. There's a steel drum band. Every night there's a conga line when you're living on lime time. Yeah, there's salt on the rim, parrot heads with their fins. Hey, I'm flocking with my friends. Not a care in sight. I'm working on my tan. Everything feels right. There's a steel drum band. Every night there's a conga line when you're living on lime time. We're all living on lime time. Yeah, I'm living on lime time.
Nice.
What a fun song.
Yeah.
It was fun when
You know, I hear these songs so much, and I'm just like, why can't we be like that?
I know.
Why can't we just go?
A lot of practice. A lot. It's like, you know what I refer to always, and when I tell newer artists that are starting up, it's like golf, because I am awful at golf. But after 150 new balls that I have to go find for myself, I hit that one shot.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, I'm Tiger Woods. I'm John Daly. Like, please tell me everyone saw that.
Yeah, exactly.
We've been doing that all day, and I'm like, no, it didn't go like that. It's like that first chord. Like, you'll screw up 1,000 different chords, then you hit that, and you're like, I'm Stevie Ray Vaughan. You know, and it keeps you going. So
when it comes to golf, I used to say, I have to improve to suck.
that's exactly what they say. And it's funny, I can kill it at Top Golf, but then I go to a real course, then I start getting nervous. And, and it ain't Top Golf.
Because then you're taking it serious.
Yeah, everyone's like, deck to the tee.
Yeah.
Wearing a T-shirt, bad ripped jeans, going, uh-oh. But y'all want to hear another one? Or?
Absolutely.
Okay, great.
Play away.
So I have been kind of steering away from the dark country kind of sound. I like to refer to it as like a red dirt Texas country sound.
Yeah.
In Alabama, that's the artist we kind of grew up to. It wasn't so much what was being released in Nashville; it was the Texas pipeline.
Right.
So the Gulf Coast had Randy Rogers Band, Casey Donahue, and even the newer guys, Whiskey Myers, Co Wetzel, and those guys were a little more on the darker side, more outlaw kind of country. And I finally moved to Nashville and wrote with all these different artists like her and another amazing songwriters. And I realized that not everything has to be, it can be written in a sad way without having to be so dark,
Right.
And I had this idea in my head for a long time, and I hope I didn't manifest the future by writing this, but
Didn't you not want to write the song for a long time?
for months.
Really?
And then one day,
He just didn't want to finish it. He's like, I'm afraid that song will manifest things.
yeah, and I was like, I don't know. And then a co-writer of mine, Daisy Sells, she goes, no, this is a great idea. We need to write this, so suck it up. Write this song. And the good ones always come out quick a lot of the times, and we wrote it in about 45 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And, the idea was called She's Got Dreams.
Oh, cool.
She tells me how red carpets feel, and how L.A. is such a thrill, and how the English eat the beans for breakfast. She wants to step on the big stage and mark her name, the legacy page, and go down to history as one of the greatest. Lord knows that I'm her biggest fan. I'm scared to death, I'm not part of her plan. Blind before I took her hand, and she became my vision. She's got dreams, and I ain't in them. I've always wanted a simple life, morning coffee with my wife, maybe a dog or a kid or two. And if my fairy tale came true, my ears turned red as her eyes were blue. To make her happy, there's nothing I wouldn't do. Lord knows that I'm her biggest fan. I'm scared to death, I'm not part of her plan. Blind before I took her hand, and she became my vision. She's got dreams, and I ain't in them. Lord knows that I'm her biggest fan. I'm scared to death, I'm not part of her plan. Blind before I took her hand, she became my vision. She's got dreams, so many dreams. She's got so many big dreams, and I ain't in them. I know.
Wow.
You know, normally she's the one sitting over there bawling, and now I'm the one sitting here bawling. I'm glad I'm wearing sunglasses.
That's all good.
That was a beautiful.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. Shout out to Daisy Sellis for making me write that. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm so glad.
I was like, you got any other ideas? She goes, nope. That's good.
Nope, you're writing
We
that.
just got this one.
But now you see what he meant.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I want to write that one.
I understand.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like you think of all these good instances, and then the one bad one creeps up to you at 4 a.m. That's the good one to write.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, oh no. Like I've unfortunately and fortunately manifested some things in my life that have been good and bad, and I was like, great, here goes another one. Let's see what that turns
Well,
out.
maybe it'll be a twist. It will be like your big hit.
Yeah, so like, you know, I mean that'd be wonderful.
It is gorgeous.
Thank you.
And it's got a really cool hook. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
it's been doing pretty well at like the writers rounds that
Oh, I'm sure.
play, and
Yeah.
I have, like I've said, I've more written the rock and roll kind of country type of sound.
Yeah.
So playing these is definitely new for me, and writing this way has been very new to me.
Well, that felt like very
I'm going to tell you that.
hard on your.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you who he reminds. I do this with everybody. She'll tell you, but that song, when the way you sang it and hit, you sounded just like Bobby Tomberlin.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's a compliment. I'll take
That
that
right
all
there, I
day.
heard Bobby like right
Yeah.
there.
Hey, ask him
great.
if he wants it.
I mean,
A happy man for Bobby to record.
he'd probably
something
be like, I'll write my own.
that. Steal my idea.
But it's just no, you literally the way you
It was
you
beautiful,
phrased it,
yeah.
the way you sang it, it's very reminiscent of a song that I've heard him sing as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always been a big fan of the way country singers can talk while sing.
Yes.
Yes.
And I love like "Give It Away" by George Strait.
Mm-hmm.
The way Jamie Johnson does a lot of his material.
Worked out pretty good for another Ella Langley lately.
Langley,
It worked out pretty good for it.
Yeah.
Number
No,
one.
man, I'll tell you right here. Yeah, I'll tell you right here.
In fact, her and I play that
Look
one
him
all
in
the
the
time.
eyes. I know it.
Yeah, her and I play that one all the time. So we've played it a few honky tonks down there, and it's always done well. And yeah.
Yeah.
So I definitely wanted a song that it kind of incorporated that.
Yeah, because it's the story, and I think that's
Everybody
really
else is loving it too.
Yeah.
Right. Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks for making us all cry. You hit us in the
Yeah.
feels.
Then I
You
guess
hit
the
us in the
song
feels.
did right?
It did.
Yeah.
Don't try me, I was that.
There's a damn hit right there.
It
I'm gonna
is.
tell you that.
Thank you.
Everybody is loving it. Alan loves it. Callie McCool.
Alan Kelly.
Yeah.
Thank you. Seriously.
Verona. Yeah, everybody on here is loving it. And our friends from the UK, Ken says they have a large country DJ mailing list. Send it over to them. So both of y'all's songs.
You're going worldwide now.
Hey.
He
take
wants-
me across the pond.
He wants Largo and he wants your new song.
Yes.
So
Perfect.
That's beautiful. Thank
Yeah.
you so much over there across the pond. I can't wait to go to a Manchester United game. I want to see, see what that's all about.
So, and we're very thankful for the friendship that we've struck up with them
yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
You know, exchanging
we've
artists
got a
and
few songs we
and-
need to send over to
Yeah,
you.
so we're very thankful for that, and hopefully that we're going to get to meet up with them over in Nashville for too long, so that we can just make this long distance friendship a real thing. So
Yes, for sure.
that is awesome.
That was cool.
So what do you guys got coming up next for you?
I mean, you have the song out. These songs coming out.
Oh, yeah, I do. I was just going to say, listen to Largo, because it's already doing well.
I'm definitely trying to get everybody and their cat and their brother to listen to Largo. That's like my MO right now. But playing some cool shows in Nashville and got, some trips coming up, which I'm really excited about. Of course, going south and then going north back to my home state of Wisconsin. I get to play a big festival called Hodag, which is a hit fest.
Neil plays Hodag.
I've heard of that.
Neil plays Hodag.
Neil McCoy, yes, he does. Every
he
year.
does.
That is his like home festival.
That was
he
his.
goes back.
That was the only one that beat out Jamboree in the Hills for
That's
Neil.
one person she would leave me for right then and there. At the
Oh,
drop of a hat,
listen.
she'd leave me for Neil.
I saw him at the Grand Ole Opry. He came in and performed for the Josie Music Awards in October,
Yes.
and Yeah, he's just
He's
seems
the
like
nicest,
such a great guy.
He really is. He
so
really
he
is.
will be there. He's performing the night I'm performing. I'm gonna kick off
And
the
he
festival.
will sit. I guarantee you, if you see him, he will sit and watch you from side stage, and he will introduce himself to every person on that, like behind the scenes.
Cool.
What a stand-up guy.
He's amazing.
Yeah, like I was telling you, it was, who doesn't know who he is?
Exactly.
Right.
And it's funny when he walks up, sticks his hand out, goes, "Hi, I'm Neil McCoy." I'm like, no kidding.
and everybody who knows me knows I'm just like, hi.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
the same way.
It's
No
like,
matter how many times she's met him.
Oh, I've met him so many times, and there's a video somewhere, actually, of us 3 years ago. For my Mother's Day present, my girls bought me and him a ticket to go see him
At the
caverns, and he was making fun of me because, Neil does the Pledge of Allegiance every morning. And so for like 4 years, hasn't missed a day, something like that. So I was telling him, I'm like, we have to get there early in the morning. He's like, the show's not till that night. I'm like, I don't care. We got to get there early in the morning because I already checked his schedule, and he doesn't have a show the night before, which means he's going to drive in the night before, which means he's going to be there and he's going to do the pledge from there.
in person.
Oh, wow.
And so we got there,
And we
his
got to do
bus
the
was
pledge
there.
with Neil. Yes, yes.
Yes,
so-
we did. So there's a
love
video
that.
somewhere.
Somewhere. Yeah, and him giving you a big old hug.
He said he was going to make my Mother's Day. Was it Mother's Day? I think.
Yeah.
But he was going to make it the best one I've ever had. And I was like, yes, you are.
Yes, you are. Neil. Thank
Well,
you,
I
Neil
can't wait.
McCoy.
Well, he's at the
Yeah.
point. He's at the point off now. She's stalked him for so daggone long. He does get off now and says, "Hey, Lou."
It's networking. Networking.
He does
Networking
call
is
her
fine.
by name now, so she has
Love it.
She has advanced up there in her networking.
Well, speaking of that night that he played,
Yeah, you're open.
this young lady won the Country Female Artist of the
Yes.
Year award.
Yes. Congratulations on that.
Stepped in the opposite circle to collect an award.
That was fun.
I cannot even imagine. We were supposed to be there with Matt because Matt won the male.
Yes.
And so we were supposed to be there.
We talked about that.
And he is
Yeah.
kicking himself in the ass for not going.
Yeah, he is.
Because he got some bad advice, and that if he was not asked to perform, he didn't win. So
So he didn't go
So he didn't go.
because he didn't listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
So, but
Yeah,
that somebody had
Yeah,
gave
I
him
don't know.
told him that if they didn't ask you to perform, you didn't win. I wouldn't waste your time, and money to go down there. So he didn't, and then he turned around and he won, and he's kicked himself in the butt
Yeah.
ever since.
Yeah.
Well-
But congratulations to
Yes.
you.
thank you.
That is
I
so
had to
amazing
come back
again.
early.
Yes,
I left Meeting of the Minds to go back to Nashville.
and it was so
And it
worth
was
it, wasn't
And
it?
I was like, we got in at 3 p.m. I changed, got ready, went straight to the Opry.
So
like
let me-
it was one of those days.
So
Like,
let me ask you
Nice.
this: how does it feel to stand in the circle and receive an award?
it was wild. My little heart was pounding not only because I just ran from the balcony, I sprinted because it was only 2 people, like me and Matt, that were called.
Yeah.
So I was like, huh, pick up my dress, run. And when I went to go step into the circle, I don't even think I was on the ground in my body. Like I remember I looked up because that's where my mom was.
Oh, yeah.
Crystal and Danny were up there with Taylor. And like people from Wisconsin, my aunt was up there. Like I literally was like, as I was stepping in my first step, I looked up because I feel like those are the people that have like been a huge part of
Yeah.
just my journey and like the life. Like those are like people. So it felt like we did it,
Yeah.
I don't want to get emotional, but it was really crazy.
I'm crying for you. That's
Wonderful
okay.
moment.
I'm in that
It's
mood tonight.
amazing to see.
Oh, I bet.
When you see someone in that circle, someone that's worked the way she has, like that, she's a machine, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I 99% of the artists that move to Nashville do not do what she does.
Yeah,
Behind
yeah.
the scenes on it, the fact that she's connecting constantly, and it's wonderful to see it pay off.
And that's huge.
Well, it seems like every time we run into somebody, we'll say something, and then we'll say, Kirsty Krause, and you go, oh yeah, I know Kirsty. Yeah.
And it's always, I love her. She's such a sweet girl.
And that's
yeah.
the goal.
love that.
So
That's the goal of that town, is the fact that they say, oh, I do know her, and then follow it up with, she's a good human being.
yes, absolutely. And
Because they're not afraid to say
No,
if
no.
they don't like you either. So, yeah.
No, this town's cutthroat.
Yeah.
And there's,
very much.
not too many people also saying good job. So
Yeah.
you have pushed your way through all those moments where no one was like, oh, you're doing great, kid. Like,
Yeah.
she's just pushed through that. And it was wonderful seeing her nail that speech
Yeah.
and her acceptance.
And you did a great job
I had
on
like
the
7
speech.
seconds. I was like, oh. They started playing the music.
Your
I
7
was like,
seconds was gold, man. It was all you needed to say.
Yeah.
and
Just like-
meanwhile, having all the success, you somehow manage to become everybody else's biggest cheerleader as well. And I don't know how you
Which
do
is a
it.
big deal in Nashville.
It's huge.
Yeah.
I am obsessed. Like I am even I'm a person who like starts a Netflix series and I will not stop until I finish it. So I have to be very mindful about what I start watching. For real. So, like, it can only be 10 episodes or less because otherwise I'm screwed.
I got you.
But I am obsessed with music. So like he's calling me out. He's like, you're in the kitchen like making food and you're literally listening to a podcast of like Kelly Clarkson talking to this other artist. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, do you ever just like not? And I was like, no.
I was gonna say, haven't you started your own podcast in the process?
I have a Google Doc because I've been doing a lot of like hosting stuff and I really enjoy that. I enjoy that like just as much. So I started a Google Doc and I feel like I've gotten all the pieces of what I want the structure to look like. So
That's cool.
that's where I'm at right now with it.
Now, the next thing you know, we're going to be seeing her on stage at CMA Fest and the big stage.
I know.
Doing all the interviews and stuff up there as
And
well.
Right?
I did email them.
While
Like
she's on
I pitched myself. Someone else. I pitched myself to them for sure.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I was like, hello.
Look
she
at
should
me.
definitely be hosting things.
Yes.
Because like, what's the worst that could happen? To
Yes.
know?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I would love to do that. So
That is awesome.
I'm gonna try to keep trying to do that.
Well, in the meantime, congratulations again.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. There's not anybody more deserving than you. I'm telling you that.
I
Yeah.
second that.
And
Yeah.
congrats to Matt too. This is awesome.
Yeah, congrats to Matt, man. Male country singer. I mean, that's
Artist of the
artist
year.
of the year, man.
Yeah.
That's-
Yeah.
First time nominated, first time you won. So that was a big accomplishment there.
Yeah.
But yeah, and just like anything, you get some bad advice along the way.
Yeah.
all been there.
And you live and you learn and you move on. So, and hopefully sooner or later we'll be able to introduce you guys. And
Yes.
at some point in time, we're working on.
We'd love to hear y'all sing together.
We're working on being in Nashville for CMA Fest.
Okay.
So hopefully, we always run into each other. We make it a point
Yeah.
to go find you and stalk you.
We stalk
Yes, yes, yes.
Kirsty
wherever you
too.
are.
11 a.m. Saturday.
Yep.
11 a.m. Saturday.
I'm not allowed to post anything about that,
Okay.
but 11 a.m. Saturday, you
Write
should
it down.
come to the Music City Center.
All right.
Alrighty
A
then.
year in a row to
We will
be
put
able
that down there because that
11:30 Saturday.
No, 11 a.m.
11 a.m.
Oh, 11 a.m.
11 on the dot.
Yeah.
All right.
The 7th, I believe.
Whatever. Yeah, that June.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. 7.
It's gonna be a special day.
Very,
Okay.
very, very nice. Well, let's remind everybody of all the socials where we can keep up and find out where you're at, what you got going on, so they know to keep up with these important dates.
Yes. Keep up with everything on KirstyKrause.com or any of the social media platforms. I try to go on all of them at least once a day. But under Kirsty, like Kirstie Alley, you can spell it like that, and then Krause like Allison Krause.
There you go.
And then what about you, Danny?
My name is Danny Spyro. You can find me on at Danny Spyro, Spiro on Instagram, and on TikTok and Facebook, it's Danny Spyro Music. And X, Twitter, same thing, Danny Spyro. And you can go to DannySpyro.com for all my tour dates that are coming up. We got a lot going on. Like I said, that new single is April 25th at midnight. So it'll be
Love Songs Lately.
Love Songs Lately, man. It'll be all done and ready to go by then. You can pre-order it 2 weeks before, and we're looking forward to it. And yeah, it's
Very cool. Very cool. Well, before we go and say our goodbyes, let's make sure that we keep up and let everybody know as soon as I find it. What's going on here at Tiki Man Radio?
Here's your weekly lineup for Tiki Man Radio. Sundays, it's The Big Show. Sunday mornings with the Tiki Man starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Island Time. Streaming live on the Cammy's Grammy Live Cam from the Chocolate Bar Studios in Harrison Bay. Come over and be part of the show. After The Big Show, it's Tuesday on the Island Replay with B-Man and Michelle. Recorded live from Key West. Later that afternoon, it's 5 o'clock somewhere with Rick the Stick. You never know where he's going to pop up. On the Road with Rick the Stick, starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Island Time every Sunday. Mondays from 6 to 8 p.m. Get on the Peace Train with Ed the Train Man, live from Crown Point, Indiana. Tuesday at noon, it's Surfs Up with Callie McCool and the student crew. Tiki Man Radio's internship from Antioch High School in California. The kids are learning how to produce and do their own show. Compliments of Tiki Man Radio. It's the Lunchbox Special with Surfs Up every Tuesday at noon Eastern Island Time. Wednesdays, it's Where the Boots Meet the Beach with Tropical Country with B-Dawg and Lou, streaming live on the GTS Live Cam from the Legends Studio in Ooltewah, Tennessee from 7 to 9 p.m. Friday, starting at 7 p.m., it's Coastal Confessions with B-Man and Michelle from the Beachy Shell Studios in Key West, live every Friday, having some fun with their friends and sharing great music. Saturdays, take a trip back in time with Jukebox Saturday mornings starting at midnight and going to noon. This is where we open up the massive archives of the radio station and take you back to that old shaggin' music. That's your weekly lineup for Tiki Man Radio. Make sure you tune into all these great shows and keep listening to Tiki Man Radio and have some fun.
That's right. Have some fun. And of course, we have to thank our amazing sponsors, Goaltending Services, GTS Charters in Key West, Florida. When you go down there to the Keys, make sure that you get out on the water. I know there's a lot to do on Duval Street, but get out on the water and really experience what Key West has to offer. And there's no better people to do it than GTS Charters. But make sure you go to the Outfitter store before you do, because of everything that you're going to need for that trip. And of course, they have upgraded their fleet, and they are now offering trips out to the Dry Tortugas. So how about that? And you can get a hold of them to book a cruise or ask for more information, 305-916-0990. And of course, JBL Travel Group, the official travel company of Tiki Man Radio. When planning your next getaway, let the award-winning staff at JBL Travel Group plan your getaway, whether it be cruises, all-inclusive resorts, group travel, destination weddings, whatever it be. 732-831-5200. Let Joe Leo and his crew take care of you. And of course, we have to thank everybody for tuning in this week, and thank you guys for coming. We wish we had another hour to just talk more and listen to you guys sing more.
And y'all are welcome anytime, for real.
Thank you so much.
Anytime you're passing through, let us know.
Yes.
So
This was so fun.
we got an air mattress. We'll throw it up. And
That's right. We don't have much, but we got yours.
That's
so
right.
come on over.
That's right. And same way with the Tiki Man, as he's always said, if you're coming through, give him a call as well, because, we support all the artists, and we don't want you to have to pay for a hotel or anything if you don't have to. So, there's always a couch or someplace to crash on, and, we know what it's, we don't know what it's like to be a struggling artist, but we have a lot of friends who
We know what it's like to be struggling.
So we know the struggle.
You definitely can relate.
We know the struggle. That's right. But
Thank you for having us.
well,
Thank you so
congratulations on all the success that you've had, and good luck on your future endeavors. Can't wait to see you down on the beach again, and
Yes.
we'll have a good time at the rendezvous like we always do.
Yes.
we
So, and
will.
Danny, hopefully that we will catch up with you on the flip side over in Nashville or somewhere along
Yes,
the line.
sir. Thank you all so much for having me. I had a
So,
blast.
absolutely.
Oh, we
And
loved it.
Keep in touch. We want to get some information here, and we're going to keep
Yeah.
in touch, so that way when we are, because we do try to make it over to Nashville more and more,
Yeah.
and try to hook up with all of our friends when we can. So we definitely want to do that.
And if you want to come out, you said April 25th is your new single.
Is the new release Love Songs Lately?
Okay. So if you want to come back after that, give us a call, and we will.
I would absolutely love to.
Fabulous.
That's
now,
amazing.
are we going
Yeah.
to see you at the summer party?
I think so.
Because rumor has it, Mr. Mark
Oh yeah,
Mulch
there's
is playing
a
at the
summer party.
Nice.
There's a summer party.
It's a
The
pool
Tiki Man party doesn't. The Tiki Man doesn't have a birthday party. He has a tiki bar party.
Yes.
Sounds
And
fantastic.
Yeah, Kirsty can
it's
tell you
200
all about
of your
it.
closest friends.
Yeah.
That I've never known for so many years now.
That's
That's
right.
right.
Yeah.
There will be people there from Key West to Canada. So and
Yeah.
that is no joke. So
Sounds like a good
we have a
a good
great
time.
time.
It is a good time.
So she got inducted there a couple of years ago, and it is a good time. It's when we let our hair
We
down.
even talked
and
her
just
into
have a good
having a
time.
half a drink.
Did you really?
Yes.
Y'all said something right.
I know.
Yeah,
She had a half a drink. Yep.
I'm proud of you.
She dipped her toe on the wild side.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I like David like a foot or two.
Yeah, there you go.
You know,
There's-
Then
it
you'll
is a
fit in with
birthday.
the rest of us. Yeah.
All right. Well, we are going to get out of here. We are 3 days away, T-minus 3 days away till wedding day.
yes.
So, that gets a. Because I would be so glad to get this wedding out of the way.
The kids are sitting
And
out there too.
We will truly, 100%, be empty nesters because after they
Yes.
get married, they're moving.
Yeah.
So they're leaving us in Tennessee all by our little lonesome.
Yep.
And they're already worried about how are we ever going to get by without them. So we're
Might
going
go
to
to
get
Largo.
by just fine.
Yeah, I was about to say, you can always go to Largo.
That's right.
There you go.
See?
There you go. All right. Well, with that, guys, we are going to get out of here. We'll see you next week, same time, same channel. Have a great week and be nice.
Bye, everybody.
I know it's been a lot of fun, but the set list is all done. The night was very loud and you've been a good crowd, but you know it's time to run. You've all been very kind, thank you for your time. You put me to the test as I try to address all of your requests for the night. As we look to the moon and the managers put a call. Well, I don't ever want to end, but for now, my friends, last song, last call. A spirit with his clientele, and the drinks are flowing well. A beer sent from the bar and a healthy tip jar. Handsome tunes that I can sell. It's been a cool room, but it's ending too soon. And they remember to tip the bar too, as they surrender to the tab. And they lip sync to the lyrics that they used to recall. Anytime I gotta say those words, oh no, last song, last call. Some came as ones and left by two.